So, good evening, good afternoon, and good morning, world. Here we go live. My name is Alexandra, and this is Blitz Ultimate Cup Europe stream. It's the last stream in Blitz Ultimate Cup series, so let's watch it and enjoy. So, today with me, Bushka.
Ahoy there, humans. I'm going to be here confusing you with some very odd pronunciations of some very odd names. But we're going to get across the line. It's going to be a great time. I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah. So, what should we expect from today's matches? Only God knows.
Yeah.
We'll see, because yeah, teams are really good, strong, and we saw a lot of comebacks according to our previous experience on the
I hope
NA.
we see some more. I'd like to see the underdogs get up.
Yeah, it's always an interesting story. So I hope you'll enjoy, and let's get it started.
What a match! What a battle!
Just look what they're doing. Somebody had a nice tick up their
And that
sleeve.
shot makes them champions in 2021. What a fight!
It's time to find out who will become the winner this year. Who will compete for the prize fund of $50,000? And who will become World of Tanks Blitz champion? Let the show begin! Blitz Ultimate Cup 2022. Watch battles between the best teams with us.
Oh, let's watch this stream with us. So, yeah, if you're watching our live stream on YouTube by any chance, but you want to receive some nice rewards for watching this live stream, I suggest you to proceed to our official portal. You can find the links in the Blitz Ultimate Cup event in the game. So you open this event and there are orange big buttons. You click on them. It says Alexandra and Bushka, and you will be redirected to our official portal where you can watch this stream and receive 8 keys. Today the amount of keys is 8, and for these keys you can open autumn Lockboxes, yeah, Blitz Ultimate Cup Lockboxes, and receive some Tier 8 premium vehicle from these Lockboxes, yeah. So, I hope that in the 6th stream you understand how to watch.
Go to the portal. I can't emphasize this enough.
Thank you,
I keep seeing people saying, I didn't get any keys. Did you go to the portal?
Yeah. So, yeah, and the teams are fighting for money, not for keys, and the prize pool is 50k bags, and the first place will get $25,000. So good.
Yeah. Like, I wouldn't mind $25,000 for playing a few tanks. That sounds like a fantastic deal.
Yeah, so BPS already left our Blitz Ultimate Cup Europe Championship, unfortunately, and fourth place BPS.
They get a 2 thumbs up.
Let's make 4 thumbs ups and for the
thumbs
fourth
up.
place.
There you go.
Yeah,
I'm sure they appreciate that.
Yeah. So unfortunately, guys left, but 3 strong teams are here to fight for the first place for the best team title, for the champion title. Yeah. So we wish them good luck. Let's check the brackets to know who is going to play today first in the first match, and who is waiting in the grand finals already. Yeah. So,
Serenity and Ikra.
yeah, Team Kobni.
Team Kobni. Now this is where we get into the fun stuff, but I asked a few people that are in the know earlier what they thought would be happening here, and APA are red hot favourites.
True. That's why they are in grand finals already.
Yeah, absolutely. But we saw on the Asia server, watch out, because those teams that fight it out in the lower brackets, they come in very strong and very hot. And Risk was the upset there. So quite possibly we get another underdog story here. EU always like super strong competition.
True, and bear in mind that this season is not usual Europe story, because this year we have some legionnaires in the teams that might affect the gameplay and setups and
Yeah.
players' behavior on the battlefield. So that's gonna be interesting. We'll see what's going to happen very soon. So let's meet and greet our teams with beautiful
Here we
visit
go.
cards.
Let's get excited.
Let's start with Kobni.
It's
Mushka,
time.
best of luck.
It's time to have a look at Kobni. Wow, here we go in the 215B. That's Tokonami. I can't wait for this next name. I think it's this one. Here comes Cammy. This is Cammy. Good on you, Cammy. Love him. Really good feed. Here's Mk and Darkside. Good on you, Darkside. What a wonderful human being he is. Psychopath for Jelly. Barry. Barry, wonderful work, Barry. Oh, forget about it. You're kidding me, right? This is Delaroche. Is that close?
And not even.
Not bad. And Vata coming in. Hot stuff off the top turnbuckle. Good on you, the Vata. I honestly, like, you can't ask an Australian to do anything tough like that. Like, read actual words.
Yeah.
Forget about it. Not a chance.
So read
Could we run through
words
those again?
that-
I just need help.
that are written with English letters,
Yeah,
but
but-
it's a Russian word.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's they've just sprung a trap on me. I reckon they've like
Yeah.
that thing with the 130
So-
kilograms on the end. What is that about?
Just for you to know, Kamin is a stone,
Okay,
and the Lavrushka is some kind of
Rushka.
yeah.
It's a sports car, right?
No.
Okay.
Any other
right.
guesses?
It's a dress you wear to a young person's party. I don't know.
No.
Okay, just give me. It's a Lithuanian delicacy that you serve on feast days. I don't know. You just help me out here.
It's used to cook some soup, for example.
It's like a bowl.
A ball.
sauce
Okay. No. It's a spice.
Ah, yeah, of course. So now I remember.
Yeah.
Oh my
So it's
goodness.
bay leaf.
Bay leaf.
Yeah.
Oh well, hello bay leaf. So, which one of the funny-looking words is bay leaf?
Lavrushka.
Lavroshka. Okay,
Yeah.
but it doesn't even look like Lavroshka.
Okay.
Okay, you just point it out to me, and I'll start calling you bay leaf.
Yeah.
See how he likes that for.
So let's proceed to the
Okay.
next team, and their in-game names are much easier.
Okay, fantastic. This is Serenity, all clad in the orange rust. Look, and there's Spitfires. Lovely work in the IS-7. There's Lego. Don't want to stand on the Lego. He'll hurt your foot. Alpha Vuzbuz. Good on you, Alfie. Tacos Bizbuzz. No relation, just happen to have the same last name. There is D. Estony. And wonderful work here. Where is all these shells coming from? Them 7. There's like an MS1 driving around just spamming it. De Silva Buzz Buzz. The third in the trio of Buzz Buzz. Again, no relation. Wonderful stuff. And have we seen the captain? Fantastic. That's De Silva. That's Serenity. The buzzers, the bees. Float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. Couple of possibles and probables in there. Serenity up against it here with Ikra. Going to be interesting to see how this one shapes up. We've got the pick bands and everything coming up. Lots to do.
I have one question. Are you going to pronounce Destiny like D Istini or no?
Oh, no. We're going to be going with Destiny. They're
Yeah.
like, if they want to get fancy, they can approach me beforehand and ask me.
Yeah, but Team Kabani, they just made this game and this live stream with their crazy in-game names.
Yeah, they're not as bad as some, though. Come on. Like, I've seen some pretty rough ones out there, so I'm very happy with Serenity's names. They
True.
look like a wonderful bunch of humans.
True. Let's check who is left and who is waiting in the grand finals of the third team. And visit card for Appa.
Apathy, the heroic #1 seed, the absolute red-hot favourites. Last AFK, we've had a couple of AFKs in the tournament. Elmiri just rolling across the top here. Aimbot verified by Toilan. Ventiom, which is motion V backwards. Object and Kitsunex God. And here is the absolute king of the universe, Uni. Long for Unicum, very good player. And Apathy, the snake's head, the tip of the spear. Aimbot verified by Toyan, has a name so long it doesn't even fit on the screen. Typical. I'm really looking forward to seeing them in the final, but to get there, we're going to have a bit of Ikra versus Serenity action first.
We'll see. So let's invite our analytics to the studio to check what has happened yesterday and to get some predictions from Fujet and Avery. Hello.
Here we go.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, everyone.
There's only one beard allowed on this stream, Highlander.
This one.
Yeah, that's the one.
What about mine? I also have
Oh
one.
God, come on.
What about
seriously.
mine?
Oh please.
I can make a fake beard if you want.
Be a lot more hair in it than mine.
I'm in a club, no? No. Okay.
Youngsters, all of you.
So, no Blitz today. Let's fight with beards.
Yeah, it's the only one I've got a chance of winning.
Okay, so Fujet, Avery, how are you guys? So, what happened yesterday, and what should we expect from today's matches?
I mean, yesterday's games were great, all in all, in general. As you already said, PPS had to leave us already. Someone has to, and in the end, it was them. They still played a great game, and all the other 3 teams we see today will also show us, hopefully, something spectacular, because we saw some really tight games. We saw a tiebreaker already. Maybe we can see some more, possibly 2, if we get lucky.
If we're lucky, yep.
Fujet, 10 expectations.
Oh, that's a toughie. APA are looking particularly strong. Their performance yesterday, they didn't put a foot wrong. Everything was on point. But saying that, you really can't discount the likes of Serenity or even Ikra. It's going to be an interesting day today because all the teams, the 2 teams we're going to watch now, they desperately want to get into that final, and both of them fell short yesterday against APA, and they're going to want their revenge. And why not get your revenge on the top tour? That's what I say.
Okay, so fingers crossed for teams and best of luck, of course, to them. The first map we're going to see is Dynasty's Pearl, and that was Serenity's choice. Yeah, Fujet. your face told a lot about the decision. So, Dynasty's Pearl and Castile for the Spain, Normandy, Alpenstadt, and New Bay, maybe Novel Frontier.
Very straightforward. It's mostly what we've been seeing so far in these finals. They're the same maps again and again. Yep.
So guys, any expectations? What should we expect? Strategies, tactics, or rush and YOLO?
I mean, both teams, they've already played yesterday, the first round they played, and they went to tiebreaker, always going back and forth, like one team takes a win then the other. It was 1-1, then 2-2, then 3-3. So it wasn't anyone getting ahead and then the other coming back. It was always you take one and then we will, or the other way around as you want to see it. But both teams played really good strategies, some aggression, some passive strats. For example, Canal, which we already saw Serenity has banned. They don't want to play that map again. So all in all, I think we're going to see exciting games, hopefully with a lot of adrenaline.
Fujet, who will take the first place?
Yeah, I mean, well, Serenity and Ikra have faced each other quite a few times this season, and at the moment, Ikra have not triumphed over Serenity. So that's going to be interesting from that point. With regard to Dynasty's Pearl, clearly Serenity have a plan here. They've worked hard on this map. It's one of their favorites, I believe. We're probably going to see a lot of action in the park area, a lot of good rotations, but Spitfire's favorite tank is a mouse, so we may see that making a show, and if so, we're going to see something around that B cap area, I think, maybe.
Okay, so good prediction. What about the first place? Who will become the champion?
Ooh. That's really tough. I mean, if I was basing it on the strength of yesterday, if I was a betting man, I would put my money onto APA. But I have a soft spot for Serenity. Nothing against Ikra, nothing against APA. I do have a soft spot for Serenity. But I'd have to say, at the moment, APA are just pushing it out in first place.
Yeah, Avery, you agree, right?
Absolutely. Although I would, it would be quite the story if Ikra or Serenity made it into that top spot here tonight.
Okay, so we'll see what's going to happen pretty soon in the first match, and we play lower brackets first. And I know that our commentators Torzik and Arctic No Skill Just Like, they are rooting for Kobni, so yeah, and they also live streaming now in Russian language for our Russian speaking audience and Ukrainian speaking audience. So yeah, best of luck to our colleagues, and Fugit Avery, will see you after the first match, so enjoy.
See you soon, fellas.
Have fun, guys.
Will we have some fun?
I'm going to have a lot of fun.
Really?
You're all just coming along for the ride. It's going to be a hell of a time. I can't wait. I love casting these tournaments, and this tournament in particular has seen the best tanking I've had the pleasure to wrap my laughing gear around in 7 years of calling these things. It's a lot of fun. I'm expecting big things here. I mean, the Asia server was a surprise. That's the best tanking I've seen to come out of Asia, by none. And if EU holds form and holds serve, we're going to have an absolute Gats cracker of an event. I can't wait.
Oh, I can't wait too. So we're going to see 2 matches today, and the first match is going to be played best of 7. That means we need 4 victories for one team to proceed to grand finals. And the next match, the grand finals, actually will be played best of 9. So we hope to see as many games as possible. Wish teams best of luck. Only penetrations, and you rock, guys, so we hope everything will be spectacular today.
Yeah, we haven't seen a 9th game yet in the finals. I would love to see one. I'd love to get one on board. Just a absolute nail-biter is where we'd like to go.
So, the first map, as we have already mentioned, is Dynasty's Pearl, and that was Serenity's pick. So, let's proceed to the map. Let's check it out. Do you like this map?
I do. I like it to play, but so far in the tournament, we haven't seen a lot of people taking any real interest in the town area. It's all been tank park time. An awful lot of interesting selections too in terms of tanks. We've seen some 113s. We've seen a lot of DPM tanks and even 260 TPs running down the middle in the North American finals. And it looks very much like we're going to have that here. That is double 60 TP Lewandowski's on the left of your screen there. Do not adjust. That's a whole lot of heavies. IS4s, 3 of them, Kranwagens and Spitfire in the mouse. As my amigo Fugit called it a little bit earlier. You can see Ikra there. They have double 60 TP again. And then instead of going IS4s, they are rolling the tank de jour. The tank at the moment are all Type 71s, and both these teams have given lie to my no town. This is all town. No one's bothering with the park, and this is absolutely iron fisting it down the middle. You can see the 3 Type 71s. There's Cummy and Co, and that's really meaning big adjustment here for the boys and girls from Serenity as Kranwagen Flytix is getting flogged. 349 hit points already. They have not waited for the paint to dry. This is a gun down as we speak, but watch out now. There's another 71 down for Ikra. It is a 6-tank v6 tank situation. Spitfire in the mouse. He's broadside to a lot. They've isolated him. This is a 3-on-1, 4-on-1, and he is gone. That is 2 guns down for Serenity. Can they regroup? Can they regather? There has to be an opportunity for them somewhere here on the board, and that opportunity may be the 60 TP, but it's a little bit late. It's 2 guns each. This has just been an absolute brawl. Both teams have decided they're going to start this on the front foot. You can see the Lewandowski has done a great job there. Alfie has been rolling around the outside. They wanted to isolate him. Still Loving You is awfully low. He could be the next one to go in the Type 71. Just rolling back and forth. They are a gun up now. The boys, no, even Stevens on guns. 4v4. The hit points are favouring Serenity. The aggression of Ikra is not paying off here. They look like they might go. Lego needs to hold in. He can't. 3v4 now. No, Still Loving You finally goes. Vata desperately hanging in there. 41 hit points. They're all on a reload. De Silva, Buzz gets him. Boom, boom goes the dynamite. Destiny and De Silva. They're now double teaming 60 TP. Over here, that is Tokonami. And at the top of the screen, you can see Darkside They've decided to leave the low DPM 60 TP to the IS-4, and Tokonami is going to be fighting down there. Dark side, they've isolated, they're going for a double team on him, and that will leave them 2 guns regardless, and this is what the IS-4 was built for. We're seeing face hugging, proper good old public battle face hugging on the 60 TP. The IS-4 backing up there, the Lewandowski trying to get back to give a hand to his buddy. Dark side, it is a big hit point advantage for the boys and girls from Serenity, and they have a 1 gun advantage, and it is very hard. Darkside doing a good job angling off the edge of that tank, that busted 60 TP, but they've done a very fine job here. The Lewandowski, Tokonami, he couldn't output the damage in the IS-4. That's not what the TP's built for, and now they are going to finish him off. And what was a 3v3 has turned into a 3v-none for Serenity. What an absolutely sterling effort to open the account here in game number 1 of the European Cup final. Very exciting tanking. No mucking around. Through the guts. Bang, bang. Have an uppercut. Thanks for coming.
So, actually, the B is stronger than this wild pick, yeah?
Yeah, the boar is going down today. If that's any indication, what an interesting... That's the first time we've seen the town strat. And, I mean, it wasn't really a town strat so much as just an all-in brawl. A focus firing competition, basically, and unfortunately for the guys and girls of ICRA, it didn't come in their favour.
So, focus fire matters.
Focus fire is an awfully important thing to do. I really like that strat where they left the IS-4 face hugging. That's a big call because they had 2 tanks on one there, right on top. And they trusted that IS-4 to just roll forward and face hug. And they obviously knew what they were doing, and the poor old 60 TP couldn't get any shots in at all. Great play, great play. Could have lost a 1v1 at the top and then had someone come in on the edge, but yeah, I was very excited. That was a great way to start the night. Thank you so much to Serenity and ICRA for that. What a wonderful start.
What a wonderful start. Interesting moment. In our European Championship, we have avatars with some kind of animals, insects.
Right. Everyone's feeling the anthropomorphic vibe here as we have a little bit of a bee and a little bit of a boar going on. Is Cobney mean wild pig or something?
Yeah.
There we go. I'm learning. Always learning. Just every day is a new day.
Actually, it's in Russian is kaban.
Kaban.
Yeah, so it looks like Cobney. I know,
you just brought me over here to confuse me. This is lovely stuff.
After Lavrushka, you shouldn't be afraid of anything.
I don't know which one's Larushka though. They just anyway. We'll figure it out as we go. Yeah, exactly. And I mean, putting an Australian here to commentate, it's going to confuse all you kids regardless. So we'll see how we go. But
you're not struggling alone. A lot of players from all over the world, they are struggling with you trying to read these in-game names.
This is it. And I just found this terribly interesting how, Spitfire probably makes the call, but it's such a brave thing to do because Tokonami was there and Destiny was right there as well, and De Silva, and they had that opportunity right there to go 2v1, and they broke the engagement off into 2 parts and rolled all the way to the top of the map, which is it's such a brave thing to do, and trusting your players that much obviously is very, very important. I wonder if ICRA could have that back if they'd maybe be a little less aggressive because they gave up a lot of hit points getting across. And it splintered very, very hard. There was a lot of small engagements going on around the fringes, and you lose a couple of those, and I don't know.
Serenity, well prepared, and so no surprise here because that was their map, and they had something to show on this map. Interesting tanks. So VK72.
Yeah, VK72 as well. It's really odd because that tank is so effective angling on a corner where its lower glacis is actually like the impregnable lower glacis. It's got this very funny angling strat. So when you are using it to side scrape, it can be penned just below the turret cheeks and on the turret ring. And I don't know about that as a strat. They've obviously got a position for it.
Okay, so next map is going to be Castilla.
Castilla, the home of the middle ground. This is where you want to be, up the top. Very, very good part of the map is controlled from here. It's difficult to win without this. We saw in the North American finals, or rather in the APAC finals, where they just bypassed this and rolled straight down through into the spawn area. No, that was the North American finals. I remember that now. And here we go. Some more heavy tanks, but we do have our first light tank. That's Taco's Buzz T100 LT Interceptor, and there is likewise a T100 LT on the other team. That is Psychopath. We also have a Sheridan. So very interesting here. De Silva and Taco's running double lights, and we only have the one light tank on the Ikra side. So they're going to have to be very, very careful. They're not using the T100 LT too aggressively there. Psychopath is underneath. Well, it's actually pretty bloody aggressive. He's on the track just underneath A, and he's hoping he doesn't get focused down or double teamed, which he'd have to be a little bit worried about considering that there are two light tanks. And you can see Taco's Buzz is moving fast and hard all the way back through the spawn. And I fancy that they're looking to get up there and double team Psychopath, who got the early spots right across through the B cap. You can see Vata there in B now. And the Sheridan taking a big donk there, down to 882 hit points. And the Sheridan, not really what you would call a high DPM machine, is not going to operate with impunity up there. Nice work on the ramps, and this is still a no capper though. Very difficult map to cap this, as we see Kami moving all the way back around, looking to possibly go up behind Vata there, and he is. That's exactly where he's going, looking to offer support. They're a little worried about those lights. A lot of speed, a lot of pace in the flanks, and every opportunity with two light tanks in there. De Silva Buzz is obviously a little low, but that doesn't mean that the T100 can't just sneak on the back there. The hit point pool definitely favouring Ikra, but no one able to get a great stranglehold here. The two lights are double tapped A. Excellent work, and that's why you run two lights. We saw that in the Asia finals, where the very last map, here we go, Kami's not interested. The T100 of Tacos, oh, hello, get wrecked, he says. Would you like to make my acquaintance? They've done a brilliant job here of double teaming him. Look at Psychopath, he's got shots for days. Kami is copping it in the back door, but it doesn't matter. They've got the clear and they've got the gun up. Can they keep Kami online? He's 794 damage, 794 hit points. The Sheridan of De Silva is up the top. Kami's now getting hit by Spitfires. It's turn and turn about as uppercut after uppercut flows. Spitfire's looking to use that little bit of gun depression there. You've got to think that he's running the mobility mod, though, to get up there that quickly. Kami now bopping back down, and Psychopath is in a very good position. That was some... Oh, slashes another one across the top into De Silva. Spitfires is doing the right thing, but De Silva now looking to return fire down to Psychopath. Very opportunistic. Meanwhile, if we look back here, Vada's about to go. Destiny does the business there. So it's two guns down to one because Tacos and Alfie have both gone out the back door, and De Silva is knocking. He is absolutely close on life support, 223. If we look down towards the C cap, well, Ikra doesn't have a lot of choice here. They are up by about 1,500 hit points, make that about 2,000 hit points. Well, it's flashing back and forth. They're returning fire around that C-cap pretty heavily. Spitfire 2v1, he'd love to touch up Psychopath, but he's going to pull back and try and get Kami here. Now, he is a little bit sideways. Kami just holding. Look at Psychopath. Psychopath is rolling. De Silva Buzz in the Sheridan, still holding form at the top of the map. Doesn't want to move, but he can't move. He's on 223 hit points. This is an absolute reversal. Spitfire. If ever you've needed a captain's knock, this is the one. Beautiful shot. Psychopath having a hell of a drive here. Good work from Spitfire. They needed that one pretty desperately. They're dragging it back a little, but Legos is going to go, and I don't think he's going to get Still Loving You. That is far too much. They're not going to let him out of that pocket. What can they do? Serenity need to do something here, and they need to do it fast. I think the ship has sailed. This has been a brilliant performance from Ikra. They've turned the tables well and truly. Oh, Legos is just holding on. He nearly got Still Loving You. Needed a high roll. 153 there. No, it's all over, bar the shouting here. Destiny and Spitfires, they're going to try and mount somewhat of a last stand, but they're getting for the second cap. Spitfires is in the back of the spawn here, Destiny recapping C.
Ooh.
So they're going to try an interesting strat here. Spitfires on the reload. Psychopath should be able to handily get away there. He's just going to take up a position in the middle. Spitfires can't chase him. Destiny's grabbed C and he's looking to get shots down the tracks here, reuniting with Spitfires. I don't think he'll be able to get there in time. He's going to come screaming over the top. Psychopath still has a little bit of work to do here with that T100 LT. They need him on cleanup. That's right. They're going to go grab A and then they're going to send someone through to C. This is a clinical performance from the boys and girls of ICRA. This is a wonderful response to what was a very clear 3-0 defeat, 3-gun defeat in the first round. Destiny is not out, but you can't be much closer to out with 24 hit points, 3 tanks on you. And that's the end of Destiny, and we are headed to a fait accompli here as Spitfires did very, very well around the back. I think the real key was the beautiful work between Cammy and Psychopath. They did great work there on the 2 light tanks, Tacos and De Silva. Really surprised them with the mobility of that 71. Spitfires goes out, and that is it. The writing is on the wall, almost a formality there the last couple of minutes. Just watching the cleanup crew from ICRA. Very happy with that. That's a good response to what was a very, very dominating opening salvo from Serenity. So we got ourselves a game.
So, I like the guy from Serenity team with the carpet on the back, and he was like, look, it's ICRA in my eye. Yeah, so great job, and very, very interesting performance on Castillo. What was that? Tomorrow in public battles, everyone playing Castillo different.
Yeah, play it like that. I mean, there were elements of the traditional there, the fast heavies getting across onto the ramps, the lights going up top. They did a good job with the lights there, the boys and girls of Destiny. They had 2 lights and they ran them quick, but a lot of bleeding early on the Sheridan meant De Silva couldn't really wolfpack it with his T100 LT teammate, and that made him stationary. That trapped him in the middle of the map. He couldn't really risk going anywhere else, and that was an advantage that just slowly ground away at the edges. It was death by 1,000 cuts after that. This is the move right here. What a wonderful performance. Cammy just grinding in, pushing, not allowing De Silva to escape in that T100 LT. And they did fight back, and they fought back bravely, but the wheels had fallen off by then. There was a great rotation we just saw there all the way through. Spitfire played really well as a captain, did everything he could. He held this flank, took 2 tanks out of the game for quite some time, but that gun performance was just not close enough, unfortunately. And Serenity are going to have to go back to the drawing board if they want to beat this ICRA side. That is a much more precise effort from ICRA. I was a little worried after that first match. They made all the running and didn't get what they wanted. They, in fact, really got touched up, and it's been a big win there. That wasn't even close.
I like the moment when Spitfires enter in the end. Never give up. Push it through the lead. You can do it.
You can do it. Look, we'd all love to see that, but unfortunately, that's only public battles where that happens.
Yeah.
These guys aren't letting you get away with anything.
So well played. And as far as we see, ICRA picked Castilla and they won Castilla. Serenity picked Dynasty's Pearl and they won Dynasty's Pearl. So
holding serve.
Yeah, maybe they know something about the maps.
Yeah, absolutely. Holding serve. And that's the first time we've seen it. Every other time, like, the guys pick the map and then get beaten on it. It's been a real turn up. And this is, it's good to see EU coming back to that traditional pick the map, win the map kind of formula.
Oh, Bushka, next map is your favorite one.
Oh,
Normandy.
Please. This thing gets wild. Absolutely wild. Normandy, well, if there's any return of form from all the other games we've watched on Normandy, and we've watched 4 now, we're going to see light tanks. And we're going to see light tanks being a super important part of this map. And that's because there is an opportunity to cap very early, very fast. There's a free cap there. And if the lights get up there and get it quick, you get a points advantage. It's very difficult to go more than 1 cap easily here. You've got to bleed for it. No lights at all on the left. No lights at all on the right. Welcome to EU. We've got our own meta. You can stick your light tanks where the sun don't shine. We're going to rock and rumble. Let's see how this goes. Ikra v Serenity. Round 3, boys and girls. Muscle up because the tiebreaker is on. De Silva, very much the staid performer, rolling through to the middle just above that A cap. He's isolated there. Now, Ikra have shown a tendency to get busy. They are rolling down towards A. They've got 2 at A, 1 in C. And this is why we talked about the lights being important. Serenity already capping D means they are ahead on points regardless. And it is a very, very tough map to double cap, despite the fact that there are 4 caps here. One thing that is in Serenity's favour here, or rather in Ikra's favour, is that there is only 1 member of Serenity down behind the A cap. Now, have Ikra suss that out? Have they decided that there is, in fact, some possibility that A is available and on the table? We're going to find out here because things are starting to heat up. De Silva is on his own there, but he's getting someone rolling around the back of the cap. I'm not sure what they're doing there. De Silva Type 71, 2100, the only one to take damage so far on the Serenity board. 17,000 hit points apiece. Serenity up by about 9 cap points, and that is a hard move for Ikra. They have to make something happen. There's no way around it. The hammer is in the hand of Serenity. What we've seen so far is a lot of tanks, a lot of teams attempting to take out a tank just before the cap circle flips up towards the 1,000 mark, which means we get big games in terms of pressure and build, but a very slow, touchy feel them out phase. Vada in a spot we saw the Cheeseman in earlier in this series. He is rolling back and forth just below that A cap. Very easy to defend A cap from there, and a very tough time to take out the Type 71. De Silva's in a little tighter spot there. He doesn't have any room to maneuver. No sea legs, and they're just throwing HE down range at each other. Still loving you. He's copped a little bit of a serve. If we look at the mini-map in the bottom left corner, you can see that both teams spread evenly across the playing field. Someone is in that pseudo-TD position right at the top of the map. We see 71s, 360 TPs. Now that is a very interesting loadout. 360 TPs. If you can put them together, that is an awful lot of alpha damage to be stringing, but they're not the fastest tanks. They are certainly not the biggest DPM tanks, and you've got to wonder, are they going to be able to keep up with the pace of the game? These 71s can fly around the place, although it does look, from the amount of gun depression positions that these guys may be running, the 9 degrees of gun depression rather than the improved mobility. Time will certainly bear witness to that. De Silva still holding down here. He's been permanently spotted, but there are no TDs in this game, so it's not like he's in for a big punish from the back of the map from the Death Star. Vada and co, they are just rolling the middle. We've got 3 behind C cap now, lining up behind that building. I don't know that they need to be there. I mean, it's not like Serenity's going to push. 564 versus 558. The clock is ticking now, 3 minutes 28 to go. Exactly as we expected. This is looking like more and more someone is going to try and get a overwhelming firepower advantage on one tank at the end, flip it, win some trades, and bring up 1,000. Both teams edging away here. They know how this is very important, this game. This sets the scene. If you go down here, then you've got to win again just to draw even. This could be the beginning of the end if you don't play well. Lots of chatter in the Discord, no doubt, but absolutely nothing happening here. B, here we go, hang on. Psychopath, Vada, and Kami all starting to rise up here behind B. Now, Tacos might be the tank that they have signalled out as a possible or a probable. Yeah, here comes the Type 71. Absolutely getting busy here at the top of the map under B. Tacos has taken one, drops back down, and he's got good support there. De Silva has the gun line. De Silva looks like he's going to sneak A. He's rolling forward. I don't know if that's a good move. He knows a lot more, but he is going to the A cap. Now, they don't know how many tanks are down there. He's gone into A, and then he's pulled back. They've said, back off, forget about it, let him have B. They've got B, but they've already got C, so this is a great move here. Oh no, he's pulled back again. Well, 2 minutes and 4 seconds to go. It's been nothing but jabs here. They might try and rotate Tacos out because he's bleeding a little bit here. 1440 versus The lowest hit points for Ikra is 1542 on Still Loving You, and they've managed to hide him right up the back. You can see it top right of your screen. Ikra, here they go, 144 to go. They have someone in the middle next to the plane, which means they've got a lot of map control. De Silva's rolling down towards A. He's going to try and sneak it again. Gets in the cap. Here comes Vada. Should be an easy reset for him. He's going to go across the top. Are they going to make him bleed for it? They are. 333 versus 77. That's a good trade. And currently that's a 1v1. Now, could this be the firestorm that draws fire all the way down from the top of the mountain and starts the chaos of the best laid plans? Here they go through the back of the D cup. 1 minute to go. They need to flip something. Overwhelming firepower, Still Loving You. It's them 7 they've picked on. You can see Alfie's behind. They've got to start focus firing. Alfie might be better off shifting. They're going to get B, C, A, D. That's a gun down to them 7. Perfect work by Ikra. What a beautifully timed run. Can they hold on? Bleeding across the board. Tanks going down everywhere. Ikra's about to lose one, you'd think. Vada's going backwards. 822, 825, 855. Ikra with 3 caps. 35 seconds to go. They're looking every inch the champion here. Can they get one more tank, and they get this game? This is absolutely desperation stakes now. Serenity rolling up on Cammy. One shot for Cammy. They're flipping B. 895, 890. Legos is going 75 hit points. Cammy, Vada, Cammy's gone. 899, 907. Taco's Buzz holding on by his fingernails here. They're picking the next target. Spitfire's going out backwards. The captain's hiding behind a tree. De Silva's coming across. The cap's out. 943, 923. And it is Serenity walking away, I think, with the win on that one. Just confirming. I think Serenity picked that one up. The caps were twisting right at the end. I'm not certain.
Serenity.
It is Serenity, it is. They didn't get to 1,000. Well,
they had more cap points, yeah.
Yeah, that was... Look, they did exactly what was written on the box. The strat there, for those of you at home watching, was just sit back, wait for the clock to tick all the way down, and then find a kill somewhere on the map to get ahead on cap points and go in to the last couple of seconds ahead. The problem was for Ikra, they went a smidgen too early and it gave Serenity an opportunity to strike back.
True.
And this is such a fast-paced game. That last minute saw 5 or 6 tanks go down in the blink of an eye.
True.
And this, look, precision tanking, but just not quite precise enough.
In this battle, they actually played not tanks, but cap points.
All cap points.
And timers.
Well, they must have planned it because they were too slow to get to that cap. We see it time and again in these grand final series. The team that caps first wins the game, and that's why you run lights on that map occasionally, and they can get straight there. Oh wow! Look, Ikra. So close to picking that one up. Just moments.
Seconds. Milliseconds. So yeah, anyway, congratulations Team Serenity, and 1 more point goes to you. 2 versus 1. Yeah,
I feel like Ikra's going to pick the next one up.
True.
I really do. I feel like Ikra's going to pick the next one up.
We want 2-2.
Yeah, we want 2-2. We absolutely want 2-2.
Definitely. Yeah, so let's just check what has happened to the previous battle. We have replay, not my face. Replay, please. Thank you. Those cutie Type 71 big fat boy trying to climb.
Desperately trying. And he could have taken big damage there if there had been a couple of tanks as he slid around the corner. 2 minutes to go, and you can see him lining up. And then 1 minute to go, look at the battle. 60 seconds has seen tanks move everywhere across the map. At 47 seconds to go, Ikra is up by 100 points. 40 seconds to go, Ikra is up by 100 points. And just like that, it flips back towards Serenity. They need one more here, and they pick it up. Spitfire doing a really good job with the hit point sharing. You can see he slipped behind a house. He knew he was low. They rotated the heavies through, and they just shared their hit points a little better than the guys from Ikra did. You can understand that, though, because Ikra had to be the aggressor there. And Serenity, they got the cap early. They were up by 5 points or 9 points. And they were able to just share their hit points a little bit better, do the focus firing, walk away a champion.
So, the next battle is going to happen on 4 Despair, and that was Serenity's pick, so,
Yeah, Fort Despair's been probably the best map we've seen overall.
yeah.
It's
You repeat it every stream, and it's totally true. Totally true.
Yeah.
Raid made this map legendary.
Yeah. It's been nothing but legendary for us in the final series. We've had some absolutely gigantic battles down the heavy line.
Yeah.
We've had lots and lots of people going to the flank and having these battles within a battle on the flank, way out on the cap at the A cap. I wouldn't be surprised if we see some more of the same. All heavies down the right. We've got the Concept 1B for the first time. Obviously, they're looking for a little bit more DPM, Ikra, when they're running the Concept. We have all heavies again from Serenity. So EU is sticking very, very strongly to its meta. We saw Asia break the meta and run everything from an MS1 all the way through to whatever. The only thing we're not seeing a lot of anywhere is TDs. It is definitely not the day of the TD. Destiny and Lego spotted already, and we don't have anyone around the heavy line here. Now, we saw a brawling strat on the flank in the NA finals. I didn't expect to see it here, but it certainly looks that way. We have a 3v3. The fight for the corner could very well decide who goes through to the final of the European Cup. We see Destiny, De Silva, them 7. They are all holding. And on the inside, Tokanami going out backwards into Lewandowski. They got a hold of him and tore him apart. And that is one gun down. And just like that, Ikra has realised they've got to do something because Vana is absolutely unhealthy. That is a lot of, well, there's not a lot of Vana left. What a wonderful display of focus firing on the flank. Destiny pulling back, trying to angle up to the IS-4 of Belarus. No good though. Rolling round now, 1 gun down, 2 guns down from Ikra. Psychopath in the 1B. He can do a lot of DPM, but he is an awfully soft target on the flank. We see Spitfires holding. Lego just got focused, but they traded, and good trades are trades where you take a tank each. When you're this many up, 4 tanks down for Ikra, 2 tanks down for Serenity, and they are looking far more comfortable in the spotlight than the Ikra boys and girls. The 60 TP backing up. Alfie going against Darkside. Taco's looking to get on the angles, and on the flank you can see way out there, Legos is rolling into the 60. Oh no, he's in the Kranwagen. Hagen doing the business, still loving you, and Darkside are the last remaining soldiers at the A cap, and there is a 2v1 back there. Them 7, gun round, gun down, gun up. Darkside on 11 hit points, clinging on by his fingernails. Darkside, what a performance. He's managed to angle to everything. A cap circle was not harmed in the making of this video. They just went, put on the gloves, got in the ring, and belted the absolute sides out of each other. What a performance by Serenity. Better focus firing, better gunnery, just man for man doing the business, and they should be happy with themselves. That was a 100% walk-up start for a finals berth, and they go ahead. Wow, that was 3-1 and deserved too.
Absolutely. When we were watching the video with the map, I was thinking about, like, in this corner we have never ever saw some action.
Yeah, exactly.
Here you go, please. Welcome.
Yeah, 100%,
So,
Alex.
That was good.
Yeah, they matched up. They mirrored across the board, and they had the 1B for more DPM. I didn't see it happen, but the 60 TP, it almost looked like an ammo rack. He went down so fast. I have no idea how it was just like nothing happening, 60 TP gone. It was so fast.
And Serenity will be like, oh, professionals.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's the 60 TP is renowned for having a little bit of a problem with ammo racks, so I wouldn't be surprised if it is the case.
No ammo racks. Bushka, no ammo racks.
Yeah.
Still, we had a player in Ikra team with 0 damage.
Yeah, well, you don't talk about that. Clutch or kick for the boys and girls from Ikra now. It's 3-1 down. I mean, they just want to move on from that one, and you've got to move on from that one. There was nothing good about it. They just matched up across the board. We can see the replay there from the previous game where Spitfire is doing good things. Look at that. You can see the hit point sharing.
Yeah,
Destiny
that
rolling
was
forward
just
in front
better.
of Spitfire. That's just wonderful stuff. They're playing better as a team. They're just playing better as a team.
That's true. Maybe Icarus not just prepared for some crazy tactics from our Serenity team.
Well, it's quite possible that they were expecting to have a more gun advantage on this flank, but Serenity matched them. You can see, look at all the IS-4s going out to the flank, and there's the 60 TP just behind the cap. No ammo racks, just getting smashed in the flank from underneath the B cap. They really did that well, and then across the top, just better hit point sharing, better focus firing. They are looking really in form here, Destiny. I'm super impressed. Destiny and Serenity, they're really doing this easy. I'm very surprised because Ikra looked fantastic in that second game, and they certainly served up a very aggressive solution on Normandy, but they don't have what was in the tank. They don't have enough in the tank here for this Destiny Serenity side. My goodness, if it keeps going this way.
Would the light tank change the situation for Ikra, or no chance?
Look, you've got to have light tank drivers too. You've got to have guys that like light tanks and who run them. We saw Silver was the star of the show for APAC, and I don't know that that's the meta they're used to. Like they've trained for these strats. They need something. They need something out of the box here. You can't be too down. This is a back against the wall, win this one or go home. And this is New Bay, and I have seen some disasters on New Bay so far in this tournament. No one has managed to really fight this one to a standstill.
That's true.
It has been a walkover for one side or the other. We saw a wonderful strat by Jokers on here. They took out a team that had, I think it was P1 Revenant, who'd actually done very, very well on this map against Origin. And now we see the same kind of deal. I wonder if we're going to see anything different in the team makeups. 27201Ks? That is very interesting. We're seeing more IS-4s. Serenity really preferring the IS-4 to the Type 71 has been a big surprise. There haven't been many teams that have rolled out the old IS-4 rather than the 71. And there was a time when the IS-4 was obviously the far less popular of the two Russian heavies. We've got an IS-7 there. That was once the tank de jour. We know that. There are a lot of things to be answered here. No one really getting the flank strats that we saw on the NA finals. Everyone muscling up. I would prefer to be in control of that bridge though, because you get all the firing lines right down across the guns there. It is very hard for someone like Vada to cross. You can see this is a lot like Faust in that there are altitude changes and there's bridges and underpasses and overpasses. Taco Buzz is holding. This is not the ideal situation for an IS-4, but that is the ideal situation for an IS-7. They are looking to accentuate that ridiculous tomato turret and move up. But look, there's 3 tanks around him. He doesn't want to be too aggressive. Everyone holding an angle here. What we're looking at is a situation where someone is going to make a mistake. It is going to cause a fraying on the edges, and it will be either an overextension or a far too aggressive push just down this flank here. I'm very interested at these 60 TP Lewandowskis. I've got a feeling Ikra was going to bring these up here the whole time. They've lulled the IS-4s into a sense of false security. And now you can see the loot there, still loving you. He's bleeding. So is Tacos, Spitfires, them 7. The hit point pools are really starting to attrit. Still loving you, desperate to get back down the mountain. You can see Tokonami trying to slot in front of him, but unfortunately not getting there. Ikra a gun down. De Silva holding all the way back now. They're protecting him, protecting the hit point pool. Destiny is in trouble though, taking gunshots from all sides. They've found an isolation there. Taco's Buzz rolling forward, attempting to save his mate, and all he's done is put himself side on to a light more hurt. Big fight back here from Ikra. They look like they were in trouble. The 60 TP went down, but they're now a gun up, and they're 2,000 hit points ahead. You can see Alfie down in Tank Park. He's having a 1v1. There is another 1v1 going on down there. 2 versus 1. Cammy's held on, but he's gone now. Look at Varda pushing around the corner, trying to face hug, giving shots to his mate in the 60 TP. Psychopath versus Alfie. Alfie comes out on top. They needed that one. They're back on a gun. They're back on even Stevens, and they're gone down 2 guns. There's no hit points left. 1,600 versus 3,800. Them 7 is holding on for dear life, but I think it's too little too late. Ikra again looking like they were out for all purposes and are now looking like they can't be beaten. This is a game of swings and roundabouts, and Ikra just doesn't know how to string 2 good ones together in a row. But if they can build off that, they are going to be in for the long haul. We talked about that having some kind of mistake somewhere, and they let those 60 TPs roll up the top, and once they got that hull down position, they really started putting the crossfires on. They won most of the small engagements. I think Darkside down and around the Tank Park was the only one who really came good for Serenity. It was close. They were 2 guns up at one point, and then boom, boom. They lost a lot of hit points real quick. Side shots on top of that bridge, and it's a 3-2 game, and I can't wait to see round 6.
3-2, that's what we asked for. Yeah, we need 3-3.
Yeah,
and yeah, we will be happy. So it seems like Kobni is Bridges guy.
Yeah, absolutely. That's such a tough map.
Yeah.
We don't see anyone
And
go close
going
there.
with Havis on the bridges is like, what?
Yeah, absolutely.
With this gun depression, what?
Yeah.
I have depression from this gun depression. That's weird.
Really good job there by the IS-7 to hold out so long. They pushed him right up there, and he was. You don't see a lot of IS-7s nowadays. It's a very specific tank, and they use it in a very specific spot, and it worked a treat. It really did linchpin for them. They moved around that IS-7, but Serenity, they did good. They were there for a while. Ikra though, overall, it's such a different Ikra than we saw on Fort Despair. So different.
Yeah, because they had something for this map, and they picked this map, and they definitely knew what to do on this map. So great job, and Kobni was much stronger than Serenity on this new Bay map.
Yeah, tough map too, because it's once you get beat there in one engagement, it doesn't come back.
Yeah.
All the gun lines open up, and you can get absolutely belted from. Well, there's 2 bridges. There's 2 entries to that bridge, and if you lose both of them, you've also got the side angle that comes up from that cap down in the middle. You can just get hit by 3 guns at once, regardless of how you angle, and that's you can't beat that. And losing 1 tank, it's the ultimate domino map. We've not seen 1 close game there.
Okay, Kobni, great job. 1 more victory for you is a must right now, and then we'll decide who is the strongest team. So next map we're going to see is Alpenstadt.
Alpenstadt.
Interesting story.
Yeah, I don't know how they're going to play this. I mean, it's so different from public battles, the way these guys are playing these maps. The Alpenstadt heavy route where they go down and get a bit of gun depression in the bottom of the map, and then the mediums go the flank. I'd be very surprised if that happens. I don't expect to see any kind of long drawn out battle here. There's far too many angles around. It's very difficult to cover them all. We see a whole bunch of heavies, but our first light tank of the last 3 games is Psychopath and the T100 LT. No lights for Serenity, and they have gone against the grain with their IS-4s. Look at Psychopath. Woo-hoo-hoo! If you're going to have a light tank, you got to use it for something, and they are using it to get these early spots and get out and possibly sneak a cap. They've sent someone out to the edge. Their Serenity have, though. I think that's Taco's Buzz, considering he's spotted. No, it's Destiny. Destiny rolling out there, so he's not seen yet. He's just holding on below that A-cap, waiting in case Psychopath tries to sneak it in. And Destiny rolling into the C-cap. Now, they have not bled too much to get that. They've shared the hit points pretty nicely. Vada copped a flogging down to 1,500. And we see that the C-B cap, no problems. Can Psychopath sneak A? If he sneaks A, all bets are off. They're going to have an absolute crackerjack. But it doesn't look like that's going to have time to happen because Taco's just got absolutely bollocked below the bridge there. He's bleeding, them 7 rolling forward, looking to rotate out of the front line. You can see that Alfie in the 60 TP, he's had a couple of really good drives today. Destiny rolling into the A-cap, he's not going to wait. Psychopath can reset that, but is he going to bleed for it? He does in fact bleed for it. De Silva, 673 hit points. Ikra, 971, 588 for Darkside. This isn't going to go to Caps. De Silva's out backwards. Them 7, they've focused him beautifully. They've got 2-on-1 round the backside. Is there somewhere for Destiny to take advantage? Tacos is going to have to 1v1. Oh, much better disposition here from Ikra. As you see, Spitfires holding at the back. They're a gun down, but they are massively behind on hit points. They sent a heavy out to the flank, and he's still not back. Meanwhile, Psychopath has rolled into town and is absolutely blitzing as a spare gun. Cammy, with a beautiful knock in the middle, has kept 2 tanks occupied. And now, unless something miraculous happens, you'd think Ikra is going to equalise this. And we're going to go to a Game 7. What a turnaround. Brilliant work by Ikra. They read that like a book. They played it to perfection. And even though they have 2 tanks with only 200, not even 200, 150 hit points between them. Look at Psychopath. He's absolutely everywhere. Put a cape on him, Superman. Wonderful work from Ikra. They are they're ridiculous. They're either the bottom floor or they're the penthouse. There is no in between for these guys.
Seems like there were a lot of Ikra players on this map. too much for
did
Serenity.
They have 9 tanks?
Yeah.
Look.
9 tanks, 6 players, yeah. How is possible, will you ask?
Well, you get a light tank in there, you can do anything.
Yeah.
And I love mobility. Those light tanks are incredible. The way Psychopath let him go into that cap, Destiny, and then just went, you can have it. We're gone. We're gone. And you've suddenly got an extra gun in town running around shooting stuff. And like Destiny was still there a minute later. He didn't get the gun in the game.
Yeah, so we'll see 3-3.
3-3. Our first best of 7, final 7 game.
True.
Huge. Buckle up.
Yeah.
Because Destiny, Serenity looked like they were home and hosed. Now lost 2 in a row. Can you lose 3 in a row and go out backwards? This is terrifying.
Oh, nightmare. Yeah. So Kobni, they know what to do. Really great job.
Yeah, they've done
Serenity,
brilliantly.
Kobni.
Brilliantly.
Yeah. Map decider, we have game decider. It's Naval Frontier. Naval Frontier. Ooh.
Yeah, we've had some good games on Naval Frontier so far. There's been some wonderful efforts. This is a game that we were expecting. We saw in the Asia Finals. This is a game we were expecting to see. Oh, wow, look at this. I mean, look at the gun. Look at Psychopath. Destiny is still back at the A-cap, rolling over, and Psychopath is already in town, adding the gun. The thing that really got me was I'm not sure how they managed to get behind that C-cap and get a 3v1 going on. It was a real breakdown, beautifully timed push, and there was nowhere on the map that Serenity were able to take advantage of not having guns in front of them. It was just really good work from Ikra.
Yeah, so Psychopath was a bad one for this map. Saving his teammates, helping his teammates. Yeah, so great job. And yeah, best of luck to both teams because it will be the last battle of the first match, and we'll know who will be in the grand finals, and Appa is already waiting there for their opponent. So
it's a tough one for these guys. So like 3-all,
yeah,
and especially for Serenity to have had their hands, one hand on the grand final berth and not being able to get across. Are they going to be able to soak up that pressure that Ikra has poured on them and come back, or is IKRA going to continue to just get better and better and better? They haven't beaten Serenity in a long time. I don't know if they've ever beaten Serenity. And I remember talking to Fugit just before this started. He was saying they haven't been able to beat Serenity yet, but, you know, that's why they run tournaments. And here we go. Serenity rolling Kranvagens and 71s with a couple of 60 TPs in there. IKRA, a couple of 60 TPs, an IS4, 371s and a Kranvagen. We saw these teams mirror each other on Fort Despair. We are seeing fast games. We're seeing quick games. We're seeing good games. And we are not seeing a whole lot of long cap. Vada taking this first hit of the day from De Silva. You can see he's reloading there in the traditional TD spot overlooking B. There's a 2v1 advantage up the top for them 7 and Destiny. Don't know if they're going to be able to take much out of that though, because there are plenty of firing angles. You can see 3 tanks behind the A-cap, and they're sending someone down there, IKRA now, to possibly explore A-cap opportunities. No one able to get their toes in a cap yet. C the closest for Serenity. Not much bleeding going on either. The hit points are very, very, very tight. Everyone playing this one as a very important match. No surprises there. The winner of this one goes through to the finals to take on APA. And there is someone is indicating on the map their dark side. It's pointing out that there are 3 tanks massing behind the A-cap. Now, Serenity have not been as aggressive as IKRA. IKRA have taken the bit between the teeth on a couple of occasions today, and they've been very successful when they've done it. Serenity did very, very well doing the same thing on Fort Despair, but the last couple of matches have been all IKRA all the time. Serenity bleeding a little now. They're 1,000 hit points to the negative. Them 7 trying to get into C-cap, and they've evened up the odds at the top of the mountain there. You can see Kami has come across the back, as well as Still Loving You. And Destiny trading shots across the back of that C-cap now. Tuckos and De Silva, the Buzz brothers, are rolling down and looking to get involved in A. They may be able to angle up here, and I like what Tuckos is doing. He's holding the bottom, all about the angles, and seeing if the 71 of De Silva can get in here. He's unspotted. He's thinking, I'm a chance here. Is there anyone who can actually see me? This is it. Look at this move. This is going to put huge amounts of pressure on IKRA if they can pull it off. The cap's gone. They've got it. That's the A-cap. And the first points are going to go on the board towards Serenity. They are starting to mass, though, IKRA, behind that C-cap. Serenity holding in the middle. And now they need to get that second gun up the top. Well, there's still an IKRA down the bottom. They still have someone right down there behind A, so they can't leave that. My mistake. They are looking at the top of the map now. Everyone there is looking at them 7. Are Serenity going to respond? They've got guns pointing across. They're going to get the C-cap here. You can see Delaroche and Tokanami going underneath. No real definition in this push, though. There are a lot of guns coming in. The A-cap's now getting ignored. IKRA's going to roll into the back of the A-cap. You can see Vada. They can flip that if they want, or they can use it as a gun platform. And that is a big danger move now. Vada at the back is going to have shots for days. Still Loving You, awfully inefficient at 745 hit points. Destiny takes a big touch up on the top of the mountain. And now Vada, once he gets that cap, there's going to be a gun coming in that they can't defend against. Tacos double teaming. Tokanami rolls sword. The Kranvagen empties out dark side. Got one left. Boom. Gun down. IKRA up. IKRA up and looking dangerous. Them 7. Destiny to Silva. They're all starting to bleed now as we go through the underpass. Them 7 desperately charging above the C-cap. This isn't going to go down to caps, boys and girls. It's all guns. And IKRA are currently looking every inch to professional. Them 7 on 70 hit points. He's had 3 tanks chasing him for a minute. Still Loving You, dropping into the slot and clears him. Destiny's going out backwards, 107. IKRA performing to the moment. Cometh the man, cometh the hour now, as Darkside holds the top turnbuckle, and they are starting to exert pressure. It's all slipping away from Serenity as they are down by 2,000 hit points. What can be done? Legos has got to get those hit points in the game. De Silva, Spitfire, they're holding form at the back, but Vada has absolutely farmed from the A-cap. He flipped it. He stayed down there behind the mountain. I don't think they realised he was there. And they are all over bar the shouting now. Lego's in the Cranvargen. Hasn't been able to put it in the game. Darkside swimming around on the top. They slotted him up there and he's been emptying out the entire time. What a performance. 3 in a row from Ikra when they were absolutely up against the wall. Well done, Vada. What a performance. Held that A-cap, flipped it, pumped him in the back, and is now just guns up saying, you can forget about it, buddy. I might be going out backwards, but we're going to win this one on guns or caps. Bad luck, Serenity. They did as well as could be expected right up until the 4th game when it all started to fall apart. Oh, I've done myself a mischief. I was so excited on that one. Very happy, Ikra. They must have felt the pressure. Serenity bowing out in 3rd place. Ikra all smiles. Look at the carpet on the wall. Happy boys, happy punting.
Yeah, and they're trying to say hello to their teammates. Yeah, Hirace, Mr. Rimash, and Evgeny. Yeah, we know these guys. They are also good in tournaments. And congratulations, Ikra! Ooh, woo!
Well done.
Yeah.
Well done indeed.
Well done. So, grand finals. You're in grand finals, guys. Great job and well deserved. Serenity team took the 3rd place in Blitz Ultimate Cup Championship for Europe region. Great job.
I don't know what happened there. There was like at 3 games to 1, Serenity looked far the better team.
Yeah.
And then Ikra just found another gear. I don't know where they were hiding it, but they didn't look like losing another game after that. They were in control the whole way through. That last game particularly, sticking Vada in the back corner, I can't be certain. I know they spotted him originally, but I don't know whether they realised he was still there, because when they went down into the B cap, there was a whole other tank coming up behind them just to recap it and wreak havoc. And Darkside sticking him up on top of the mountain there where he could just clip out in the Cranvargen. He had a couple of side shots where he emptied full clips, just auto-reloading for days, loving it. Wonderful work. Like, where was that in the first few games? Like, there's completely different.
They were
team.
preparing for something to show us a bit later. So, one more time, Serenity, 3rd place, great job, never give up, and we hope to see you next tournaments. And Kobni in grand finals, fighting against Abbasi.
Wow. I'm very wary of, it just feels a lot like Asia where Risk came in really hot and made it very, very difficult for the top seed. We saw Jokers hold the top seed on the North American. We saw Risk upset the top seed in Asia. I wonder if someone like, you win 3 games in a row, you're in good form. So,
it seems like we have the chance that Kobni will become the champion of Europe region, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
We'll see.
Everyone's saying APA. APA are obviously the much more favoured team. But watching those 3 games from Ikra, like, they looked ridiculously good.
Yeah, very good, very well prepared. So let's discuss the first match with our honorable analytics Fused, and Avery, welcome on board. How it was for you?
Amazing games. I think I can speak for the both of us here. Especially the start was very strong. A bit back and forth, although Serenity did win the majority of the starting games. But then, as you said, Bushka, they just, I don't know where they found it from, maybe from very deep within. They were like, one final time, we will go in to this grand final. And they did. They played it absolutely phenomenally. Wonderful stuff.
Well, if you're going to beat Serenity for the first time, you might as well do it as a reverse sweep. Everybody on the edge of your seats.
I need to make a correction there. They played, this was their 6th time playing in this season, and they've won once before.
Okay, Avery. Your truth.
Once.
Yeah.
No, look,
No,
I
but
didn't
if
think
we
they'd win
want
today,
to just
that's
have a
for
look
sure.
at the games here. Great game in general.
So
Yeah, but,
Dynasty's Pearl,
I guess
yeah.
we're gonna start, right? Dynasty's Pearl here, Ikra just pushing through the middle. One thing we want to point out, the stream didn't unfortunately catch it, but Psychopath, he got full HP Amorite here, the player from Ikra. I think that made a pretty huge difference. Serenity a bit unorganized, couldn't quite catch up with Ikra's push, but that thing turned it all around, I think.
Yeah, I didn't see
Oh, totally. I mean, it was a full HP ammo rack on a 60 TP. What could Psychopath Yevgeny do? I mean, he could have put a lot more down there and given Serenity a bit of a harder time. But it was what it was. I mean, at the end of the day, Ikra came out very aggressive, and Serenity had to rotate back, and they held the push and counter pushed like troopers. It was brilliant to watch. What an opening game this was.
Absolutely.
Is Ikra a more aggressive team than Serenity, generally?
I would say so, yes. Especially with the game we're seeing right after this one. Like in this, they just went straight in. No worry at all what's gonna happen.
It was just a straight line drive, wasn't
and
it?
even in the second game, we can see it here. Normally, I was very surprised when I saw this. Them pushing straight there is relatively normal. But where they end up in this riverbed here on Serenity's side, that was unusual. I don't think I've seen that before. And then falling back and being able to pick off the light tank here, which is a crucial tank that you want to stay alive until the end, died early.
Yeah.
And I think that lead Ikra was able to keep for the rest of the game, and Serenity couldn't come back from it.
I mean, we've certainly seen in the other part of the tours, like the Prove Your Skill, etc., that strat where they go down the canal. But what got it for me, and Bushka pointed out, Psychopath Yevgeny played a corker on this map.
Yeah.
He was all over the place. And what he was doing in that T100 was just amazing. He was throwing it everywhere. And he was such a pain in the posterior for the whole of the Serenity team. They just couldn't do anything about it.
There he is in the background.
Spitfires, absolutely. It was just awesome to watch.
Exactly, and that's what I mean, right? They killed the enemy light early, so theirs could do whatever the hell they wanted. And that's exactly what really brought it here for them. But yeah, this game here on Normandy, it was a weird one, I would say, because there isn't a lot to talk about, at least at the start of the game, the normal C and D caps that are taken. And then when Serenity decided, and the Silver played this really well down there, getting that A cap, Ikra deciding to push here a bit mistimed, and Serenity just was able to have better target selection and keeping that tanks alive especially, which, as we saw, mattered a lot for these points.
Yeah, same here. I mean, this one at the very first, it was more, we've just come out of two very aggressive games, now into sort of Grandmaster's chess on Normandy. And De Silva played an absolutely spanking role in this game. And it was a good push by Ikra, a little bit mistimed maybe, but the counter push and the rotations by Serenity, plus their focus fire, was absolutely spectacular to watch. But this is the real game where the focus fire kicks in.
What the hell happened below the B cap here? It's like there was a 60 TP and then there was no more 60
well,
TP.
if you watch poor old Takanami, there are 5 Serenity tanks with their guns trained on him.
It's coming from everywhere,
Literally.
isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And if
Hard
you
to
but you
notice
had De
5
Silva
tanks, yeah.
Destiny. Yeah, well, you had De Silva Destiny, the M, plus Lego, and there was another one that was Tacos, all focusing poor old Takanami, bless him.
Yeah, it was just, like we said, if we talk about focus fire, it has to be this game. Because once they killed Takanami and shot a huge amount into Vata, they were at 1,500 HP behind, above actually. Which just goes to show how great their focus fire was, and they kept it on. And that really was a fire of a game. I think the best one we saw tonight.
Yeah.
Okay, so guys, can we use this battle to show pupils and Blitz school how to focus fire?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I think we should,
Poor
yes.
old Takanami. I mean, this was a
Fuji, why don't you
reverse.
take it?
I mean, well, this one was a reverse for me. I mean, again, Bushki, you said this. It looked like Serenity had the upper hand here, but Ikra really dug deep on this one, and they got their focus fire into check. They got they started to isolate tanks like you've got here with, they're trying to isolate the tanks and then get their focus fire really on point. And it was a big comeback considering the game they've just come back from. They've just lost on Fort Despair. And this really went to show the character of IKRA, this game. And this was the turning point for them.
Exactly. This game really gave them the momentum they needed. Because even at the start of this battle, they were down on hit points and in positioning as well a little bit. But then flipping it upside down, and with that, more or less, that was the turning point, flipping the map. And, I mean, we can see it here as well then on this match.
What happened here at the C cap? Like, how did it all fall apart there?
All that really happened was Serenity trying to get that C. They did get it very easily as well. Then trying to relocate as to where Tacos is right now. And IKRA took that opportunity going full on ham. And as you talked about with the T100, he actually didn't join until here. Yeah. When the fight was almost over. Yeah. He just was a massive distraction for Destiny, who had all of the hit points left that Serenity had to offer, which were missing in this fight, as we could see.
Look at Psychopath going around kill stealing everything.
Well, absolutely an apt in-game name.
Yeah.
This game for me, again, Bushka, you called it during the commentary. The guy to watch is Varta.
How did they miss
critical in this game? I think Serenity thought he probably rotated back out of his position after they took that A cap, and he didn't. And then he just waited and then popped in. And then, as you said in the commentary, he literally had free reign from that position.
And Darkside, position there, Darkside's in. Oh my goodness.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, we've seen that position from Darkside been played. Even yesterday, it was BPS attempting it. And if the enemy's aware of it, and if they're lining up to shoot at you, it's not going to work. Because that play, for example, they put an M6 Yoda and it didn't quite work. But IKRA definitely made it work. And I think what happened here with the Type 71 on Barta is probably Serenity being like, we got A, we're going to go get B. We have a tank advantage now on the other side, because that tank, if he's still there, we have more guns. And at the start, it looked pretty good for them, like in just general positioning, hit points. But everything just fell apart when that Type 71 came there. Barta definitely the man of the match there, together with Darkside.
Do you guys think... that is a bit of an indication more of an indication of IKRA coming into the moment, or Serenity kind of falling off the boil?
Well, that's something where you have to really get into the psychology of these players, because you could say Serenity lost their steam in these first 3 games. Like we saw in Fort Despair, right? They absolute fire. Maybe that was their top moment.
Yeah, they looked sensational, yeah.
Absolutely, and IKRA there with then that fresh wind, just winning that game after losing so hard, maybe gave them the momentum they needed. And it's a lot just psychologically for these players, because it's not just about their skill, of course, that's hugely important. But staying focused, getting that right mindset and being like, we're not going to give up, even if we're down, we have to win 3 in a row to make this, and they did. And that's just what you need, really.
Huge.
True.
It was like on New Bay. Serenity had the initial control of that game. They've just come off the back of a massive win on Fort Despair, and IKRA just leant over it and turned it up to notch 11 on that volume switch.
Spinal tap.
And
love it.
Absolutely, they did. They spinal tapped it, and from there on in, they were just on a high. And I don't think Serenity sort of felt deflated. I think it was more that IKRA just turned it up to that spinal tap 11, and and it goes to show, because that you can't look back and say, what happened here after you see Fort Despair. It was just IKRA really digging deep.
That IS-7 of Varta was very interesting. I haven't seen a lot of IS-7s in the tournaments, but it's built for that kind of slot there. You can't really hit down on it very easily. It's got that massive turret. He held that little slot there, and it was that kind of gun the whole time that just really screwed Serenity up there. I wasn't expecting an IS-7, especially not the year of the 71 and we've seen more IS-4s, but was that a bit of a throwback for you guys?
I mean, it kind
It
of
was
is
an-
really because the i7 there. I mean, he doesn't really have the gun depression from that position to shoot himself. He was more of like, I'm here now. If you want to
Yeah.
get rid of me, because he's still knowledge to the team. He knows there's someone there. He's gonna keep them spotted, and that's just. Even if you don't see anything, but of course he did, but just thinking about it, if there was nothing, that's still knowledge to Ikra that, well, there's someone else, obviously. But him being there, just being an annoyance, and Serenity not being able to deal with him is just, that's what the i7 really is for, with that huge tomato head.
Yeah, tomato head like me.
But I mean, I thought Ikra played just going back to that IS7, I thought they played a fantastic strat there. He's seen, as Alexandra said earlier, you get depressed by the gun depression on such tanks. But there were 260 TPs of Ikra there as well. And Serenity are like, well, forget the IS7 because he hasn't got the gun depression. And it was like he was baiting, and they push over, they take out the 60 TP, and you think, hey, Serenity's got it up. And then all of a sudden you've got this little counter push going in, and Serenity's now on the back foot. And that is just an amazing strat. Great positioning by Vata.
Yeah.
So, thank you guys for your amazing analytics. Fugit and Avery will see you after the second match, and teams are almost ready to start it. So, see you, enjoy, and thank you one more time. Bushka, before we start. Before we proceed, I have something interesting to show to our players, and it will take just a few seconds. And I will ask our team to show my laptop screen because this is something beautiful.
Excellent.
And guys, must see. Call your mom, dad. We have something beautiful. Can I show, please, my tablet? Not tablet, laptop. No. Yes. You can start commentating maybe if you don't have the picture on my laptop. Yeah. Anyway, so Bushka, what do we see here?
That is very pretty.
What do we see? We see Middleburg
Look at that.
in new visual quality. So let's go.
Oh my goodness, that looks gorgeous.
That's amazing, isn't it?
We're finally seeing the end of the Hills versus Holes Middleburg experience. Or maybe not, but that looks ridiculous.
And
wow.
Beautiful.
Look at the mountain. Oh, this is amazing.
So let's take a fast ride around the map.
Yeah, drive it. Drive it like you stole it, Alexandra.
Drive like a psychopath on T100, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
In the previous battles.
Look at the little
So,
RU.
do you see how many trees do we have here now?
Yeah, can you run those trees over?
You want me to break
Yeah,
the
break
tree?
a tree. Break a tree. Come on.
Oh,
That's
called
awesome.
Greenpeace.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so take a look.
Wow, it looks absolutely fantastic. That is pretty as a picture. And run us through town. Come on.
Of course. Beautiful. Amazing.
Yeah, the grass, the
Very
terrain,
nice.
it's been, I mean, that's
A favorite
That's very
TD's place.
it's a little bit deeper than I remember.
Uh,
Oh, getting sideways. Thanks very much. Come on, Drifter.
Why
Wow,
what
what is that?
showing you something,
What is that?
something good. So, let's take a ride around the town. Pushka,
Well, I just...
your pants?
It's my pants, yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
Finally we
I
found
forgot to take the laundry off the line before I got here. -8 though, so it's probably be good use as a frisbee. Yeah, wow. Look at that.
So, we're still working on this map, but we are so excited to share it with you.
You can even see the little
Exactly.
pathway that, like, if you just reverse a bit, like you can see there's a little pathway from the road
Yeah.
down to the beach. That is very cool.
I broke something. So, these shadows, these buildings, physically based to render map is going to be released pretty soon, so stay tuned. I will keep you posted, but yeah, we're still working on it. But it's
very
very
beautiful.
good.
It's pretty. And
Yeah.
the
Luke,
mountain and,
do you know this?
oh,
Something familiar, guys.
that looks like the
Ghost Factory map.
yeah. That one. Well done. You didn't even give me a chance to answer.
So here we go, new physically based render and better visual quality map is going to be released. Not sure about the certain update and a certain date yet, we're still working, but yeah, stay tuned, we will keep you posted. So fast right here, let's go to the church.
Look at the mountain. I keep looking at the mountain. It looks like it's right there.
Yeah, so church, beautiful.
Oh, look at the hill though. Going up the hill.
And yeah, here we go. Amazing. What guys do you think about it?
Yeah.
Let us know.
Mobile gaming's come a long way.
Yeah, let us know. So our teams are almost ready to start the grand final match, and so we are going to see the beautiful battles between Appa and Team Ikra or Kabani. Yeah. So let's watch their visit cards, because
Here we go.
that's something
Let's
good.
do it again. Where I come in and pronounce some Russian-sounding names like a champion.
You can do it.
Here we are, Middleburg. We've seen the new map, and last AFK is ready to romp on into the future. El Miri, happy days. Welcome aboard the love train. Aimbot verified by Tolyan. Ventium, our mate in the Big Donk Object 3, and Kitsune X God. Wonderful. And joining us in the Sheridan with the very vibe looking paint job there is Uni. Wonderful stuff. We've seen Appa. There is the #1 team on the European tilt. Appa, Apathy. Last AFK, Ventium. Elmiri, Days. Barry.
Here they are.
Here they are. Welcome aboard the Love Train, boys and girls. It's going to be very, very exciting. Interesting Appa with the same background there I think we saw on Jokers.
Yeah. And let's check the visit card from Cobney.
Here's Cobney. G'day, boys and girls. Here we go again. Tick,
Your favorite
tick,
team now.
Boom. My favorite team. This is Tokonami. This is his mate, Cammy. This is Cammy's friend, Barry. And then is this Darkside? Darkside, I know Darkside, wonderful human being, great after dinner speaker. Psychopath Yevgeny, wonderful light driver. Belarus?
Zelabrushka.
Belarushka! Yeah, baby, and Vata, the man behind the IS-7, behind the Type 71 that snuck into ACAP on Naval Frontier. There they are, pumped up and ready to roll. Just 7 wonderful humans looking for redemption against the top dogs. Let's do it.
Let's do it. So, best of luck to both teams. So, the first map we're going to see now is going to be Rockfield. So, rock this battlefield, guys. And best of luck to both teams.
Yeah, that's right. Rockfield, a first, I think, for these finals. Maybe in the precursor rounds we saw a Rockfield event. Rockfield, renowned for a very well-defined couple of flanks. You have a heavy route, you have a medium route, and never the twain shall meet. But I would suspect that these tournament kids don't care about your public game meta. They are going to make their own meta. They're going to forge their own victory. And it's going to be a very exciting time to see what they come up with here on the Field of Rock. One of the first ever maps in Blitz, by the way. Somewhere where I did my best work on the top C cap of Rockfield. Changed a lot since then. Psychopath in the 60 TP. 3 Lewandowskis on the right for Ikra and a Krenwagen at a 71. No fast movers there. And our first M6 Yo, that is from Appa on the left of screen in red. And pretty standard mirroring going on here. We've got 5 top for Appa. That is certainly a strong side push on A. Want to be very, very careful at the back of that A cap. Ikra, easy to get caught out. They've got good support there. Tokonami backing up, still loving you. The 60 TP has been very, very popular. Shots fired there from Ventiom, getting us underway in proceedings in this best of 9 series. Now, Ikra, Cobney, they've won 3 in a row. Can they make it 4 in a row here? Appa already seizing the A cap. Cobney going to have to take C. We may see a repeat of Normandy. Now, the run of the mill so far has been that the team that caps first in these long drawn out battles tends to win. It is very, very hard to time it correctly to go and snatch a tank back. The B cap here is poison. You do not want to be going for that B cap. I don't know if it's possible to get the B cap without giving up a lot of hit points. Kitsune, still loving you, says, we know you're the top seed, but we're happy to touch you up if you give us an opportunity. No hit points down yet for the boys from Ikra. Kitsune taking a big hit there in the Lewandowski. Returns fire and gets one into Vata. Captain Fantastic ducking out with 2,400 hit points now. Kitsune still bleeding there. Very hard though. Appa relocating now, and they're sending another 2 heavies down to the C cap where it is a 3v4. So it's 3v4 on one side, 3v4 on the other. Let's see who takes advantage of this. They're sending someone up to the C cap. Interesting. Last AFK getting hit, I believe that was by Lovaroshka across the map. Lorushka. Vata moving up here and bleeding to do so. Oh, the Yo dumping a couple in the flank. And Vata is very much hit point ineffective now. Kitsune's low, but last AFK's taken a couple as well. The blood is in the water and they're starting to move. They've seen Vata. They think that's a gun they can get, and Kitsune, in doing so, has really gone low. Still loving you rolling forward as they rotate their heavies out and try to hit point share. We're about to see the first gun go down, and it is Kitsune, followed very quickly by Still Loving You, and you'd think Vata wouldn't be long. They've isolated 2v1. Last AFK is up the top in the 71, and he's going, it's all going on here. And you'd think just behind that C cap, the same thing is happening. We can see Uni's down here. No changes. Vata's down 439. Darkside goes out. Kami looking dangerous. Uni protecting a 751 hit point lead. Ventium in the M6 Yo. He's dumped the clip, and now he is in real trouble because he's got 2 Lewandowskis coming at him. Tokamani's Psychopath is going to ram. That's a huge dunk. One more shot and Venium is going to go. They are 2 tanks down each. Object 3 is down in the 71. Uni's finally taken a shot. It's taken them forever to get to him. 3 tanks down each with Ikra a slender hit point advantage, and 2 caps. 735 plays 610. Ikra would be very happy to stop now. 60 TP of Tokonomi's behind. They're going to flip C back, but it's a little bit too late to undo the damage. That was a wonderful bout. Now, the problem that you've got here if you're Appa is you've got to cross to get this done. And Ikra have Vata hiding up the top on 439. They're not going to expose him, and Uni can't do much. Uni's not going to be able to push here in the IS-7. They're protecting Vata, and they've got heaps of hit points all across the board on the other 3 tanks. So this will be on Appa to do something. They are right up against this. 670 versus 860. Days sweeping around the back in the 71. They've got to do something. We're missing 1 tank on the flank there, and you can see that is Elmiri. He is sneaking up the back. This is the move. They're making it. They're going to try and trick in and hit Vata, and Vata's not ready for it. He's spotted now. Oh, Object's getting belted as well. Uni's in trouble. They're going for a B cap. No, they're moving straight in. How is Vata alive? He's on 106 hit points. Elmiri's got him now. Takes it back to 790 to 865. What a fight back from Appa. Days is in trouble. Look at the back of the B cap. It's all happening as Elmiri comes screaming down from the heavens. He wants to get involved. Beautiful in the ram on Tokonami. He misses him. Tokonami's still going. This is so close. What a fight back from Appa. That's why they're the number 1 seed. Object 3 is nearly dead. 948.25. They've flipped both caps. What a ridiculous effort. It's not done yet. Oh, he needs to get the kill. Days misses. Wow. Absolutely ridiculous. It was all against him. There were 100 hit points down. Elmiri was the man of the match, sweeping around the back, unseen, to unseat Vada, who thought he was safe as houses behind the rocks at the A-cap. Hats off, boys. That's how you battle. Wow.
Yeah.
What a game.
So we give some sympathy to the opposite. Good.
Well, Ikra just found out they're coming to play A grade. That was a big step up from playing Serenity.
Yeah. So anyway, Kobni, they tried till the end, fighting till the end, and the situation was quite equal. But opposite, good job.
Alex, I mean, you must have thought they were going out. Like Ikra, like Kobni looked like they had that. They really did. I thought they had it. Hands off the controls. I thought they had that.
Yeah. So nothing is decided, as we can see. Yeah. So the next map we're going to see is Molenbeek. What a surprise!
Well, can I just say, they everything was against them. They were behind
Against
on cap
Kobni?
points. Yeah, no, against
Against
Upper.
Upper, okay.
They were behind on cap points. They had to push, and Kobni had all the hit points in 3 tanks. Vada was completely shielded and safe, and they turned that round into just the most perfect dissection of Kobni. Getting rid of Vada, sweeping down the mountain, double teaming at the back of the B cap. That was some really good tanking. This is a hell of a team, and very exciting to watch first up. Anyway, Molenbeek. Yeah, Molenbeek. I'm into it.
I'm just wondering, you're upset because Ikra lost, or you're happy because Alpha won?
I'm not upset. I'm just impressed. I did not think they could pull that out because Ikra have just shown how good they are. They've come back and won 3 in a row. And ARPA have managed to push uphill. They're all heavy tanks. It's hard to push heavy tanks up a hill and not get flogged. I do not know how Elmiri got round, but he got all the way around the back of that map, cleared Vada, and then came down the mountain like a storm and helped deal with the 60 TP behind B. Like, you can look at this early going. Still loving you. It's just standard trades, a 3v4, a 3v4, and they both come out of it with the same amount of tanks, the same amount of hit points, and ARPA somehow turns that into an absolute flogging in the last couple of minutes. Just that's international kind of level football. This is the World Cup.
And Argentina is playing.
Yeah.
So let's check the next map, and actually it's the first time we see this map in our Blitz Ultimate Cup tournaments.
Yeah, well, the clock face, the original circle. We go backwards and forwards, left and right, and we know that this map is all about the middle. Like, if you can manage to hold that middle as the game progresses, you build the pressure. But it's a hard middle to hold. There are a lot of angles. It's very easy to get hit from across the map. I would expect to see well, if it's anything like NA, we're going to see a little bit of a slow move. Here we go. The upper boys rolling nothing but the heavy stuff. A couple of Lewandowskis and IS4 for Uni. Elmiri, the hero of the hour in the first match in the Type 71. And for Kobni, we're looking at, again, a mirror, a couple of Lewandowskis. They have got Darkside. I love me some light tanks, and Darkside getting early spots across on Days and Uni hit in the middle. Now, that's told them where Darkside is, but it's only really telling them where Darkside was, because Darkside's off again. As you can see him rotating out, back through the blue spawn, all the way around to the A-cap. Having this mobility is going to pay off big in terms of vision for Kobni. Can they turn that vision into damage? That's going to be the question. We've got 3 spots again for ARPA. This is all the doing of Darkside. You can see him just rolling around into the A-cap now. Darkside still unspotted in the T100 LT, and Days can probably thank Darkside for that little shot he copped in the side. This is a tough map to Iron Fist, and it's a tough map to Iron Fist because there are so many firing angles. ARPA just gathering behind that B cap. They're very confident, they're fluid. They've come out of what was a very tough situation in the first go-round to lead 1-0 against a previous 3-win hat-trick from Cobney. Darkside, they've trapped him a little bit there. He doesn't want to get spotted. He doesn't want to get caught in a tete-a-tete with anyone. The low profile of the T100 LT, wonderful tank, as we see beautiful camera work here from our amigo, the big Tony back there behind the desk, watching Darkside do the business. The hit points looking very, very happy here. 16,993 versus 16,435. Elmiri, the man of the hour, taking a doke right in the side. Cummy's holding ACAP now. They're spotting 2 up there behind ACAP. You can see Psychopath Evgeny is moving around to support his amigo Cammy. Everyone constantly spotted over here from ARPA. And that's Darkside, and I think it's Kami's holding. Now they're going to flip that. They've got an overlook there. The object taking one big donk back. Elmiri moving down the back, missing a side shot into the edge. You can see Uni holding firm in the middle there. Starting to bleed at the edges here, ARPA. Not looking too positive for them. They're just trading. IS4 and IS7. Here comes the last AFK. Nobody saw him, and he has got back shots on the Type 71. ARPA have made their move, and isn't it a wonderful look? Knowing that they've got to do something, Darkside seen Elmiri, puts him in the circle of death, and Elmiri's going to go. There are too many guns on him there. Not long after him is Still Loving You. Well, he beats Elmiri by mere seconds. They're starting to throw haymakers now. Kitsunek's gone. Days, Uni, Still Loving You down, but Varda's about to go as well. Here's Tokonami. He'd love to get another shot in. They're well up on hit points. Well, they're 1,000 points ahead. 12% the old parlance. Object holding firm face to face with the Lewandowski. He's got to give angles somewhere though. He's making Tokonumi chase him. Ikra, Codney, they're showing their true mettle here. They're up now by another 1,000 hit points. They are just about dead even on caps. After a flipping B, there's a Type 71. No, says a Kranvagen. Kitsunet's God is gone. Finally got rid of him. They are now 3 guns down versus 2. They're behind on hit points and they're behind on cap points. The TP coming up the top of the mountain. There's Darkside running like a lunatic. Ventium's got him though. They've finally pinned him up against the ropes. Can he give Ventium some stick? He's hoping, desperately, weaving, jiving, trying to get away. They haven't managed to get him. 302 hit points. Days is on 26. How can you be on 26 hit points in this game still in a 60 TP? You just got to get briefed on. Ventium's on 37. I can do better, he says. The only one with any hit points is the last AFK, but Cobney's not doing much better. Psychopath is finally gone now. It's 4v3. There's 834 hit points between 3 tanks for ARPA. What a performance. Hanging on by their fingernails. Everyone's a one-shot bar Tokonumi. 865 versus 745. 2 tanks left versus 4. They need to have the next clear. Can Days do something? The last AFK and Days going across the top of the mountain. Tokonumi's there. They needed a high roll and Kami. He's got nothing else. Oh, what a bounce by the last AFK. Can he get Kami? Kami on the reload. Hits him. Not enough. Days from the side. Clears him. What a performance. They won't lie down. They're under 50 hit points, 80 hit points between 2 tanks. Tokonumi, 45 in the top. Tokonumi, 1,200. Can they double gun him? They've got to do something. 925 versus 850. No more calls, please. Only big boys stand up. Tokonumi backing it up down the mountain. No ammo racks. Darkside coming back. We thought he was gone. Don't call it a comeback. 50 cent across the top of the map. 850, 995, 1,000. Happy days are here again. 1-1 in the best of 9 series. Ikra say we can play too, and we've got ourselves a game.
Wow. Wow, they're so confident. They're so calm. And Bushka,
I'm just loving this. The quality of these games is incredible. They know how to play.
Next level quality.
There was 3 tanks there with 200 hit points between them. And they're finishing up, pushing the bounce as he's going down the mountain into Kami. Like, get out of town. You've got to be kidding me. You can't do that stuff on purpose.
If not supremacy, I I would bet they
Yeah, they can still
sound.
do it.
Yeah.
Give them the smell of an oily rag, a skateboard with a broomstick on the end of it, and they'd probably still push it into the final. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. We're privileged to be watching it.
That's very good. That's what we want to see in grand
Yeah,
finals.
100%,
Definitely, yeah.
100%.
So, yeah, Blitz Ultimate Cup for Europe region, and we're watching Aposy fighting against Kobni. So, two amazing teams that's showing us, next level gameplay for sure. Let's pray that we're going to have as many battles as possible because this is amazing.
I don't know if I can deal with 9 battles of this, Alexandra. I think I was quite loud during that one. I got very excited. I like to get loud. I like to get excited, but every single game these guys have played now has been insane. And I mean, Ikra have won 3 in a row, lost one I thought they had in the bag, and then come back and you just can't put Darkside down. I mean, you just can't put any of them down. Like this map, they should have been gone so easily, and they just would not give up. ARPA are like zombies. They're like Terminators. They just keep marching forward. I
That
do
was
think
beautiful.
the light tank, huge difference.
A huge difference, yeah. But there were a few shots that might change the outcome. We have what we have. So, beautiful battle, and congrats to Ikra. You won this battle. So, the next map we're going to have is Vineyards.
Oh, really?
Vineyards.
We have not seen this one
Ah.
thus far.
Interesting. So, these peaks and bans for Europe Grand Finals is totally different story from what we used to see in previous regions. So, yeah, best of luck to teams Vineyards. Here we go.
A map that is, again, clearly defined. We do like to see these ones. Not like the last map where it's a circular, where there's a middle and everything's built around it. This is very much a heavy flank and a medium flank. There's a little bit of urban area on either side, but you want to be careful here. If you're running heavy meta, it is difficult to get from one side to the other. The middle is everything. There are 3 caps. The B cap is very easily contestable, but very easy to blind shot and wreck. Darkside in the Sheridan loves to go fast. Look at these beautiful quick tanks go. On the right, we have the blue of Kobni. We have Still Loving You in the 71, Darkside in the Sheridan. Kami doing very well this season so far, especially today. Psychopath Yevgeny, 60 TPs and heavies all. On the left of ARPA, we've got a T100 LT, a far more traditional light tank, if any of the previous grand finals is anything to go by, and pretty much heavies across the board from there. They're shaken out nice and straight, but Kobni, the only people to get a cap, they got A and they got it pretty easy. They're not really contesting B. Ventium went up there and took a hit, took a blind shot. I believe it might have been a blind shot. They might have just spotted him. But Psychopath Yevgeny, I think it might have been the one who got the one there. Darkside sneaking in now. He's desperate to grab that C cap, or is he just giving vision across into B? You can see that Elmiri is spotted, so is the Type 71, and they aren't waiting for the paint to dry. Moving across here into the traditional below A contest area. There's a little ramp there coming up from the bottom of the river. The Sheridan of Darkside, they're looking to go for a sneaky second cap. There's enough spotted, they've counted the numbers, and they've figured out they can grab this one. ARPA, they're starting to bleed a little bit. So is Kobni. Still Loving You in the middle of the map, getting an absolute flogging. A touch-up. He's dropped 1,000 hit points as quick as you can say his name. Uni also, the captain, going backwards. So's last AFK, but no one's lost more than Psychopath Yevgeny. 11:59 left on the 60 TP, but that's no surprise. He's holding above that A cap on the bridge. Double cap strat here now for Kobni. All the running here to make from ARPA. They are being asked the question in no uncertain terms. And the question from Ikra Kobni is, are you good enough? ARPA, they answered well in the first round. In the second round, not so much. Recapping now, the Type 71 of Kitsune. He's flipping C. He's found the Sheridan. He took 500 in the side. They've reset it. Now, is he going to be able to reset him again? Elmiri in the T100 LT, looking to do things. 12,000 hit points versus 11,000 hit points. This one's way too close to call yet. Arpa certainly look a little healthier. The Sheridan not the best tank for resetting. Long reloads on those big donks. Last AFK, moving across the middle of the map. If we look behind the A cap, it's all Cobney, all Ikra. 3 tanks moving under B. They're going to do a bridge strat. They're looking to isolate Vada. 60 TP of Psychopath Yevgeny. And the Cowboys net kid are rolling in. Everyone's getting involved. Uni goes down. Can they turn it around? Psychopath Yevgeny. Double team him. He goes face to face with Daze. There goes Psychopath. He's out backwards. Darkside on 111. Vada's having a go under the gun, under the bridge downtown. Red Hot Chili Pepper style. Still loving you. Moving on down. Object 3, copping it. Daze is weak. This is a game for the ages. Daze is nearly gone again, 166 hit points. They've gone a gun up, Arpa. They've gone 1,000 hit points up, and they're even on the cap. Cobney with a big lead, though, on the points, but not in terms of guns. There's a lot of Cobney that are now back in the lobby, and Arpa showing the quality. The Cobney said, can you play? Can you beat us? We are all the way up. And Arpa said, thanks very much for coming. We're going to take your hit points and your caps back when we feel like it. Tokonami at the top of the mountain. Well, this has been a masterclass. A lot of low hit point tanks still, but unless someone gets real busy, it's all over. And that is a dominant performance from Arpa. They were all up against it.
Yeah.
I tell you what, when they go hard. They focus fire and brawl better than any other 2 teams I've ever seen. They really know how to do the business. They had no chance of winning that compared to, I mean, they were behind on caps. They were a gun down. No problems. I will never write these guys off. I don't know how they did that, but they came down and rinsed it under the bridge there. Perfect trades. They moved around. They made everyone burn time to get to them.
In the middle of the match, I was like, in the battle, I was like, Cobney will take this battle.
Yes.
100%.
Yes. Yes, they counterpunch. Arpa
No.
counterpunch. No.
Yeah. Oh, what a surprise! What? These teams are really 2 big surprises. Act unexpectedly. They're equal. You're 100% sure this team will win, and opposite things happen.
No chance. I mean, if we look at this, the division of labour on both sides, they're mirroring each other. They're doing very well. Cobney sneak a second cap, and they do it the right way. They count the cards. They find out where the Arpa tanks are. Arpa baited them into this. Object is there at the base, but they kind of lost their way with the focus firing, and Arpa just absolutely rinsed them. They had better angles. They had better, like the hit point sharing. Look at Daze pulling back, still loving Yous coming down to try and clear him. And the Yo just dumps into him. And here comes Elmiri flying out like the sun. Hello. I take my hat off there. That was precision. I keep feeling like Arpa are just a class above, but then Cobney come back like they did in the second game and prove that they can really thump.
So teams are ready for the next battle, and it's going to be Faust.
Yeah, Faust.
Faust by
Super tough.
by Ikra. Yep.
We talked about this, Alexandra, on the Asia server finals, the APAC finals. And that was where Risk really showed that they were the team to beat. This is a super complex map. You have a lot of different entries and exits above the caps. You can dive bomb off the top, and the heavy meta is that it's so difficult to relocate and get up and get caps, and there's 4 caps overall. Just a lot of interchangeable parts, and we're not going to know until the end of this one. Like, I'm not willing to bet the house halfway through again. 60 TPs, IS4s, Type 71s, all across the board heavy for Cobney. Arpa running a slightly different look. They've brought in the first T95 E6. We've seen a few T95 E6s used to varying degrees of success. Cobney again, looking like they're going to get the first cap. Unlike all the other games we've watched in the APAC and the North American finals, Arpa more than any of those teams has been able to come back and beat the jinx. The first cap is not winning every time here. Cobney have been ahead on cap points twice in this series, and both times ARPA has very successfully moved in and turned a deficit into a positive. No one doing anything here. Cobney, they're a little bit shell-shocked. They have a strat here and they're just sticking to it, but there's definitely no need from them to be aggressive. ARPA are getting A for free. They are getting A for free, and they're getting up on top here and getting shots. Now, they're spotted. Elmiri spotted last. AFK is spotted. All the people with the little light bulbs next to the name, they're spotted. But have a look at Cobney. The entire team just about was spotted there. There are no secrets from ARPA. They know Cobney's coming. This is decisive. It is 2-1. If Cobney doesn't win here, you feel like ARPA's going to start walking away with this. And this is where it gets very difficult to push. All these different levels and the ramps, you can be 10 meters away from a friendly tank and you can still be isolated with 3 tanks on you and no way of returning fire. They're putting 3 tanks on this ramp. ARPA are backing up a little. Ventium getting in trouble here. This is Psychopath Yevgeny versus Elmiri in the Type 71. He's trying to do the business and he's ignoring Elmiri. Elmiri's not really the DPM machine. Psychopath Yevgeny dumping it down range. Cobney have got this weird 5v3, but this is where we're talking about the different levels. Daze has been so good at staying alive. Not this time though. ARPA lose a tank. Can they recover? Cobney have got a much more even hit point spread across the board. It's all focus fire now. Ventium in trouble. Elmiri up top. Psychopath Yevgeny in the 71, firing backwards. Ventium holding on though. They've traded out, they've rotated him through, and they're keeping him alive, and they've dumped 2 more tanks while they're doing it. Ventium, they can't get to him. Daze goes. Last AFK's gone. 7,000 hit points versus 6,000. Ventium is still alive, still backing up, still being a gun in the game. Wonderful stuff, but they take Elmiri. Now it is even Stevens, 3 tanks down apiece. The hit points are nearly dead even. The cap circle's 1 more for ARPA. I don't think this is going to come down to cap, so they seem dead set certain they're going to blow each other off the face. There are now 4 tanks down. Ventium, Kitsunek's gone. Those guns are so low. Tokonami desperately seeking their hit point sharing beautifully. Uni taking the lion's share. Object 3 still has hit points to go. Darkside in trouble, a 60 TP of Uni. He needs his shot to go down. Looking for an ammo, anything. So close. Darkside nearly done. Needs this backing up, backing up, backing up. He's going off the top turnbuckle and falls, unfortunately, to a demise there. Ventium. How is he alive? He was the carrot on the end of the stick that ARPA dragged all the way back through the bottom of that decap, and Cobney ripped themselves apart trying to get rid of that 1 tank. They got shot from left, right and centre, could not clear Ventium, could not get rid of the gun, and that little probably 30-second period was all that was required for ARPA to really stamp their authority on this series. They're going to go 3-1 up here unless Tokonami does something miraculous. Myself, I can't see it. Ventium at the back being a very sneaky grub. He wants to go up there and get the kill steal. They love it. There he is, 324 in the back door. Tokonami's like, you can't be serious. I found Ventium, everyone. He's down here near C-caps. Is he going to clear him? Ventium couldn't help himself. He still did it. 111. And that'll do it. The Type 71.
He still got a chance.
Yeah, he still did. He had to get the shot. Bloody useless. They can't help themselves. But well done to ARPA. That was clinical. It was clinical.
Yeah. So very confident, very, very brilliant and very clean victory.
Yeah, very clean.
Good job.
Very clean.
Good job.
3-1. 3-1. 2 games away from European Cup victory.
Cobney, should we call for you maybe to come back bureau?
Well,
let us know.
They've already called the comeback bureau once, and the comeback bureau answered and said, "No problems, Cobney, we got you." If anyone's going to do it, it's these kids. They've won 3 in a row to beat Serenity to get here. Look, I don't understand how you do strats for this map, because it is such like you have a plan going in, and then the plan falls apart as everyone goes down different directions and is upstairs or downstairs. Ventium here, look at him. Look at them trying to get to Ventium. The Piranha gets in the way of Uni. He stops Lolarouche going through, and they lose a tank, but they're just focus firing so beautifully. Uni stopped that move down. Ventium was dead, other than that hit point sharing, that rotation. And then Ventium keeps the gun in the game and buggers off Cap C, and they win. Like, it's little moments like that, little gameplay moments like that really decide these crazy games. Poor old Darkside. He had absolutely no options left.
Yeah.
See you,
That was
Darkside.
suicide.
Taking a big dive, and there, there's Ventium. He didn't actually cap C. It was unnecessary. Unnecessary. They already had it. Wow.
Well, we have what we
Very
have.
impressive.
So yeah, 3-2-1 in grand finals for Blitz Ultimate Cup Europe region, and RAAC versus Kobni are playing for the champion title, and it can be a matter of 2 games simply.
Yeah. I hope they come back.
I hope, yeah, we wish Kobni
want
to
more
come
of
back,
this.
so teams are ready, and the next map is going to be Canal.
Yeah, now.
One more time, again. Canal. Oh.
It's been a crackerjack of a map. It's been really good. And don't forget to log into the portal, you grubs. Make sure you log into the portal or you won't get your keys. Anyway, Canal. A map that is really good fun because a lot of these caps for Canal are the risk-reward caps. You can take this cap right here, but you might get blind shot through the bushes. You can take the C cap in the middle, but you might get shot down the gun line across the bridges. And these kind of things is you quite often find light tanks on this map. Oh, hello. There's 2 T100 LTs for Kobni. And there is an Object 907, our first 907 of the European tilt. We did see a 907 being run on the APAC server. Kranvagen's IS4s, and they're racing to C. This is why you use lights. Okay, you use lights if you're going to get the caps, and that's exactly what they've done too. They've got C, and this is the cap we were talking about. They might get that B cap. They're bleeding a little bit for it. Darkside took one, Ventium took one, but all they really had to do was stop ARPA from getting it first. And now Kobni go in with a slim points lead. Darkside took one hit that they really didn't want to give up. Might end up being worth it. Psychopath Yevgeny moving all the way out to the A cap now, looking to get vision. Elmiri moving that way as well. He's spotted. He's probably not want to go across. And the A cap, Psychopath is ignoring that. They're going for the gun on Yevgeny, on Elmiri. And Kami really surfacing up in a very difficult position. There's Psychopath. Rolls him down to 91. Will that be important? 91 hit points. They only have the one light tank, ARPA, and he is now super, super edgy. You've got to be very aggressive with these lights, and that's what Kobni and ARPA are both doing. Elmiri nearly coming unstuck. ARPA looked to be in a better position for me, though, in terms of tank disposition. They're rolling out to the D cap, and they're going to pick up that D cap, you'd think, pretty handily. The Object 907 of last AFK rolling in there. He's thinking about it. He's not going in. They know that's going to get blind shot. Elmiri just loitering around in the canal at the back. Doesn't want to show his face. No big surprises there. Kami now has 2 tanks down behind him. They're looking to isolate. Here comes Kitsune. They've seen an opportunity. Carney, good shots in on Elmiri, but they didn't clear him. How safe are they? They're desperate to edge around there and shoot Kami. Darkside high on the hill is making his presence felt. Object 3 took a big hit. Daze gets that. While they're worried about Kami, they back it up. Object and Uni. They decide discretion is the better part of valor here. They're massed behind the B cap with the Lewandowskis and the Type 71, and the trades are starting to happen. Darkside are treading on the top, but still loving you. Got absolutely wrecked as Kitsune's God goes down, and they're in the trenches, Star Wars style, like shooting Womp Rats. Back in the day, the Object 3, the Type 71 is in trouble. So's Tokonami. Does still loving you go down. Uni, he's done it again. Hit point sharing deluxe. Uni with a captain's knocks. They need it because they are 2 tanks down. Uni standing up to be counted. Ventium. Here comes Psychopath getting down the right flank. Look at him. Kami knows the blood is in the water. They feel like one more gun, they get it done. But we've seen what happens. Arpa is so good at baiting these tanks into poor positions. Uni's nearly gone. Darkside's been bleeding him out in the Trinity. That's it. You'd think that Kami's got it from here, but I would never count Arpa out. Not until I see the scoreboard on the end. Elmiri in the T100 LT. How is he still alive? He's back in the spawn. 574, 833. The build is on. 3 minutes 30 to go. Not much to do. And they are very, very healthy. The boys and girls from Copney. We see another gun go down. That's the Type 71. Ventium's out. Elmiri's still alive, but he's combat ineffective. And the guns are just starting to tell. Kami won't let last AFK go. He's keeping him up there so his teammates can put the numbers in. The Kranwagen of days. He's going for Kami. Lines up the shot. Nails it. Nails it. Can't be discounted. Days going for the one more. There's too many guns on him now. The Kranwagen on the big reload. There's not enough armor in the world to stop this. Psychopath Yevgeny playing it like a psychopath, and they've cleared both, taken 1,000 and responded in very, very emphatic fashion. Look at the smiles there, the happy days.
How many happy faces do you see here?
A lot of happy faces there, my friends.
Yeah, so Copney, and yeah, well, seems like someone called to comeback bureau, and the current score is 3-1, and Copney just took this victory from this match. Bushka, that was something strange because me was like, they will win? No, they will win? No.
I just don't.
They won.
I don't trust Arpa to sit down. I don't believe that they're beaten until I actually see the scoreboard at the end of the game because they are tough to beat. They are very good.
Copney also good. Also, good job. The worst opponent for APA. Yeah, I know that a lot of players support APA because they know these players, they see how strong they are, and yeah, I've posted like a voting on Discord who will win APA or Copney, and yeah, tons of voices for APA. But
well, Copney
it's too early to decide, guys.
Copney didn't vote in that because they're not willing to go. I think Copney's playing better than they did against Serenity when they won those last three matches. And they're still down 3-2.
Not a crucial story. 3-2 is not a 3-0, for example. Yeah.
That's true, but I think when you start in these final series, the team that played in the lower bracket comes in warmed up. They come in breathing fire.
Yeah.
They've had to win to get there. And ARPA is probably warming up now. So I'd expect to see their best gameplay ahead from here, from ARPA. Which is scary. I mean, there was so many moments here. The real problem was Kami was the bait for these guys. They knew Kami was there and they wanted to just duck around that corner and get into Kami, but that got Uni and Objects into terrible positions. Elmiri couldn't really help put DPM in, he couldn't get spotted, and Darkside, once Elmiri was ineffective, Darkside just sat above the A cap, farming. Just a lot of farming going on there for Darkside. And overall, it was a grind. It was like a death by 1,000 cuts. They could not keep up with them. Last AFK, I mean, everyone played their hearts out. They made them bleed for it. But at the end of the day, you just can't come back from that many guns down.
Whoa. Well, that canal battle was not so epic comparing to other canal battles. Yeah, we also.
Yeah, we didn't get the comeback. We were expecting the comeback from ARPA, weren't we?
Definitely, yeah. So next map we're going to see is Mayan Ruins.
Mayan Ruins. Well, we saw some good strats on this, both on NA and Asia. It's a very, very cool map around the light medium flank. You can try and steal a cap for free there, because if there's not a lot of lights, or there's, it's a heavy centric meta, it's difficult to get out there, and that light shooting down those bridges can be brutal. I wonder if they're going to mirror.
Trust me, they will end up in the puddle.
They'll end up in the puddle. I love it. So we've got no light tank on the Copney side, and we have no light tank on the ARPA side. So very much staying true to the European meta where it is heavies first, heavies second, and daylight third. Elmiri rolling 71 down to the C cap, and they are looking to spread out nice and evenly across the board here. No surprises yet. They could go the Iron Fist Cobney behind the B cap. They are certainly lining up enough tanks. They want to be very careful here. They don't have anyone contesting A, and there will be side shots at that B cap. They need to move smartly, and they do. You can see how many tanks there are there. There are 6 tanks rolling along behind B towards C, and they are going to cap C. There's no doubt about that. Is Elmiri going to get caught here? And is he going to extend Arpa, extend Cobney out too far to get the kill? You can see Cammy's rolling down the bottom. He knows there's something on. Elmiri misses one, not so much Days in the 60 TP. Kami turns one back. Cobney are very low. They're very low here. They're all underneath. There are 4 tanks, 3 tanks there that are well out of touch with the guys at B cap. The B cap guys could be isolated. Psychopath Yevgeny in the 60 TP. He's had to pull back because he's got someone turning up on all sides. Kami's at the bottom of the map, and this is why you struggle. You can see him hitting the turbo there and trying to get back up the top. Psychopath has been signaled out. Varta's there. There's a lot of hit points in front of Psychopath and Varta. They need to hit point trade here well. Kitsune, he can't get to him, so he's got to go with where he can go, and Varta didn't have anywhere to go. Psychopath on a reload, he gets one more in. Will that be important? Ventium there. This is just an absolute schooling in hit point sharing here. Object, low again. Days, low again. Elmiri, low again. But 3 tanks down already for Cobney. That fighting for hills, not holes credo is not made up. When you're at the bottom of the map in heavy tanks, in this meta, you cannot flex. And despite some real heroics down here by Kami, who had 2 tanks on him in the Type 71, it's all AP. It's all apathy, and all day long they're going to rip him. There is no way out of this. This is a big error from Cobney. They should never have sent them all down the bottom of the map. Arpa read it like a book, went high, isolated the top end, and just tore everyone else up piecemeal. And 1 left here, and it's all over bar the shouting. This is going to be done inside of 3 minutes, you'd think. There's Days just firing one off into the distance. He won his 1v1. Although, to be fair, Kami was definitely up against 2 at the start of it all. And that's an emphatic victory. They're 1 away from 25 grand. You think they're not pumped about that one. Too easy, that one. I'm so sad because I said before this one that I think we're going to see the best play from Arpa from here on in. And that certainly looked a cut above.
Yeah, so they ended up under the bridges, not in the pedal. So...
You can't take heavies down that low. Their Type 71s are not quick tanks. They're fast enough for a heavy for the armor profile they've got. But if you take them down the bottom, and Arpa left nothing there, they just pulled back. They had 1 tank fighting Kami at the end, and everyone else went up the top and belted. And it was piecemeal after that. It was like 3 and 4 on 2, and yeah, we worried about that. The lack of lights, the lack of mobility, the heavy meta, and then to go try and really overextend and cover 2 caps, it just didn't work.
Yeah, so the upcoming battle might be the last one for these both strong, amazing teams of our Europe region. They are showing spectacular battles, and it's really enjoyable to watch. And I would say that the word of this match is unexpected. Unexpected, yeah. So let's before we go to the probably last battle, let's check the names of these games one more time. So let's go with Arpa, and remember these names, you might face them in the battle.
Yeah, Arpa, wonderful team. This is last day of Kate. He's driven very, very nicely tonight. Elmiri, who's featured quite heavily, especially in that first game on Rockfield. Aimbot verified by Toylan. Ventium, here we go. Object, he's been very, very nice as well. Kitsune X God, and Captain Fantastic Uni, who's been wonderful with the hit point sharing, blocking on several maps for his teammates and keeping them alive. Really good captain's knock. And then we have the boys and girls of Cobney coming up at Apathy there. ARPA, red hot favourites, number 1 seeds, unbeatable, so they said, coming in. But Cobney, these boys and girls have said we can beat them, and they've not only taken 2 games off ARPA so far, and possibly more to come. Tokonami, wonderful bloke, love him as an after dinner speaker. Kami, it means stone in Russian.
Yeah, good job.
Yeah, that's right. And this is Koala Crash, 113 kilograms. Good on you, mate. Here's Darkside, wonderful light tank driver.
Favorite player.
My favourite player, Psychopath Yevgeny. Oh, he's actually pretty good, Psychopath. I like him as well. Here's
Lavrushka,
one of my favourite seasonings, bay leaf. That's what that means. And Vata, who's had a really good series. Like, both these teams have been sensational.
Yeah.
Really good.
Exactly. So, what about the next map? The next map is going to be, if I'm not mistaken, Oasis Palms.
Oasis
Ooh,
Palms.
I
Wow.
love the music on this map.
I knew you'd love the music. Who doesn't love the music on Oasis Palms? It is actually pretty cool. There's some great spots on this map. I love the medium flank here, but these guys are just all heavies all the time, and I would expect to see more of the same. I feel like every time Cobney runs a light, they're more effective, and they get out there. They've got some great light tank drivers. Whether or not we see them use their speed on Oasis Palms, we'll just have to see. And they have got a Sheridan here. Sheridan, pretty popular. I love myself some T100 LT. No light tanks for ARPA. So the Sheridan's going to have that excellent view range, best view range of the game, just about, running and gunning, and he's getting out here very, very quickly to the C cap. We'll be able to see, no pun intended, at C, if there's anyone moving up towards him, he's going to be there first, well and truly. So Cobney are going to get that cap, the C cap. No surprises there. Elmiri spotted, unable to really contest that C cap, and we know that Cobney likes to cap early and cap often. How they move from here, though, because ARPA are the absolute postmaster geniuses at repositioning and taking advantage of any misstep. And look at these 3-4 tanks moving down here from Elmiri. It's almost like they expected ARPA to do exactly this. Kitsune's God is drawing Cobney, could be in all sorts of trouble here. Elmiri are definitely massing up to duck down, but to approach them, they're going to have to get in the pit. The Sheridan at the top, starting to exert a little pressure. Oh, Bayleaf on the right, in trouble. Object 3. Does the Sheridan of Darkside change it up and come and help here? Because Cobney are bleeding. They are falling apart in this trench. They have a strat, they have an idea, but ARPA were all across it. And now they're going to try and isolate Vata. Still loving you moving up though, and here comes Kami. They're starting to get some guns to bear in the object. We thought the Sheridan might come down and have a crack at him, and that's exactly what they're going to do. 2 guns down already. Cobney have to strike back. They're 1 gun down now. They need to do something exciting here. Vata's gone. The writing is on the wall. ARPA, we thought they might start to spread their wings and fly after game number 6, and I am not kidding. They are looking like absolute unbeatable. Darkside, 607 in the side. They've got less hit points. They're 4 guns down, 3 guns down, and it's about to be 4. Write it on the wall, boys and girls. The winners of your European Cup Blitz is gonna be ARPA. They are just too good. The fire, the fury, the ARPA. They are 25k to the good now, and it is all over for the poor kids from, oh mate.
IS4, how are you?
They absolutely, the poor old IS4, hello. Clutch or kick. Look, that was such a good performance. They read that like a book. I don't know if they've played them on that map with that exact strat before, but you could see as soon as they capped, all 4 tanks went straight down, nearly in a line, and overlooked that middle section. And Cobney were just caught with 5 guns on each tank. That was a disaster for them. They had a strat, it was bold, it was brave, they pushed. Just unfortunately for them, unable to pull it off.
Yeah, so this is team And you are guys the champion of Blitz Ultimate Cup Europe. Congratulations, first place, well deserved. And you can see Tolian, our esport manager, she's joined the team to say warm words of congratulations and support. And yeah guys, you are the champions, and Blitz Ultimate Cup goes to you, and you bring it home. Great job.
Here we go. They're right in the thing. Blitz Ultimate Cup. Harper. Champions. And deserved.
Yeah, so pleasant. So pleasant. Guys, great job. Congratulations. One more time. You're the best team on Europe region, and Blitz Ultimate Cup is yours. Great job. And a round of applause from us to you and your team, your players. And let's give a shout out to Kobni. What a wonderful performance.
Wonderful effort. There were 2 games there where Kobni were right on top going into the final stages. And look, ARPA are just true champions. To be able to come back, Kobni asked them the question so hard. They really did put the game to them. And ARPA just responded with nothing but class.
True.
Nailed it.
Yeah, so let's call our honorable analytics to discuss the final match and congratulate the winner one more time. So Fugit and Debris, welcome back on board. Welcome to the studio. We have something to discuss. So first of all, guys, you were right. You were right, and ARPA is the winner.
Yeah, it wasn't as easy as we thought it was going to be, though.
No, absolutely, absolutely. I mean, firstly, massive congratulations to APA for winning. They showed their strength all the way through, so it's been a long time coming. Commiserations to IKRA, but boy, did they give us some entertainment tonight. They really showed us how to play these tanks. Let's be fair.
Yeah.
But APA. Yesterday, it was like they were just having a stroll in the park on a Sunday afternoon around tea time. It was a lot harder for them today. I'm not going to disagree with you there. IKRA really made APA work for it. But what I want to know is, how do they manage to keep these tanks alive with like 5-10 hit points?
Crazy. The rotations on those heavies, ridiculous.
Yes.
How about you?
I'm very happy.
Just very great games, all in all. I mean, what Fujit said, essentially, congrats to APA, and IKRA played their hearts out, but not quite able to beat them, made some mistakes, some repeating mistakes, which we'll get to surely.
Yeah.
But yeah, some great games overall. APA had it definitely harder today than yesterday, but still, they prevailed, and they've tried this for a long time, for a lot of seasons. And their cup is here, finally.
True, finally, yeah. So actually, they finally brought it back home. So the best player of today is,
That's a tough.
according to your opinion, Bushko. What do you think?
Oh.
I would say Fugit.
Yeah.
Elmiri was pretty special on this map.
This map is spectacular. The way that Almeri and Daze play this. Daze turns all these IKRA guns towards him, and Almeri does a sneaky little beaky run up the back to catch them all off guard. It was fantastic to watch.
They had nothing with like 2 minutes to go. They were so far down in the betting. I don't know how they did this.
I mean, if we look at it just from this position onwards, sorry for cutting in. After this initial push, like APA pushing this side, IKRA the other, IKRA was just up on HP and in cap points. And yeah, as we said, Almeri really the MVP here. I think the main pointer is after sneaking him also then, which we will see shortly, saving object. Really a fantastic game here. Yeah, there's the moment.
It's this part, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. Like their hit point sharing and their rotations on their heavies. Uni did it a bunch as well. It's ridiculous. Ventium staying alive on Faust. Like they just managed to stay in. Even on this map when they lost. Fugit, what do you reckon?
This map was I mean, they finished this map with 2 tanks on less than like 90 hit points between them.
Yeah, it was crazy.
and I thought when I was watching Last AFK roll up through the B cap, and I thought if he takes out Darkside, this is crazy. And he just missed him. He only just missed.
I was like, Darkside, what are you doing? Leave. He's invincible. Can't be stopped.
But he was.
Yeah, but this really goes to show again, keeping that light tank alive right up until the end, like we mentioned previously. It's so important, just that mobility, that flexibility, getting the caps if you need to, just flanking around. Even the DPM
This
is
bounce,
great
watch
on
this
those
bounce.
things.
That's nuts.
Yeah. Crazy game here from Ikra, they really played it well.
Peter.
Alright, so if we want to have a look at this game here, Ikra actually having a pretty good start. We had an AC early cap here, APA not quite getting any of that, and now deciding to push onto the bridge here, or beneath it, and Ikra counter pushing. APA just had the better focus on. We can see Ventnum here, he was shooting the Sheridan instead of helping out in the middle. I think he was probably the crucial player in this game.
Yeah.
Being in that vital spot, putting out those shots, saving days here. That clip from the autoloader really of big importance there, and Ikra pushing into nothingness really. APA just able to take them cleanly.
It's
Ginger,
that
do you
Al
think
Mary
they're
guy
baiting
again.
them?
Look, I think so, and I think they're doing. I mean, what Daze did there with he's pulling back in that last map, and he's pulling over the Ikra guy, and it was just fantastic to watch.
It
And they
happened
did
here
pretty
as
much
well.
the same here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the takeaway from me on this map was I mean, it was a great brawl, but it's where Uni forces the poor old guy to commit seppuku. It was fantastic to watch. I mean, he seriously had nowhere to go other than down and be wrecked, and that's it.
Oh.
Yeah, they really just pushed into a crossfire here from APA, and it's what we said again in this game, keeping their tanks alive. Like Ventnum, he just did not die until the end. It would have been a hero's tale if he did, but not quite there in the end. But APA just, again here, Kitson staying alive for quite a long time. Object also was very low in the end. And there it is.
Unbelievable game, that. Unbelievable play. Poor Venti on me. I thought he was going to get it. I thought he was going to get
very
it.
cheeky. Very cheeky.
Yeah, the Canal game. Fuji, do you want to take this one?
I think this one, I mean, what turned this for me was that strat there where Ikra are just resetting the B cap and giving APA nowhere to go, and then came in here, spotting up Almeri, and Almeri getting absolutely wrecked and spending the rest of the game on 91 hit points. That to me was the turning point, and Ikra had it in the driving seat from that point onwards.
Yeah, absolutely. Like Carmen just coming up there, like you said, Almeri absolutely getting smacked, couldn't do anything else. And everything else APA tried afterwards, like sending those 2 heavy tanks, as Pushka mentioned in the commentary, to try to get behind them. They got spotted, had to pull back, then isolated down in that ditch. And every other rotation they attempted just didn't work. Ikra really had them in a vice grip here. And that was probably the best tactical game they played tonight.
Yeah, agree.
But yeah, in this game, I really want to point out that one thing you said, Bushka. It's sending the tanks down and APA staying up here. Like, they get a huge early knowledge on what Ikra was doing. And then if we look at the minimap, APA is more or less centered or overlapping with IKRA, but IKRA is just so split. We have 2 tanks in the middle, 2 outside, and 2 to the other side. And it just didn't quite work out. And Days here also making a hero play. Amarak, driver dead, absolute survival. Again, APA is keeping their tanks alive.
I wrote in my notes, nerf Days. 4 hit points. How does he get 4 hit points?
And he did it again.
Unbelievable.
Guys, I don't understand
this-
this strat. Is this a strat they do? I'd not seen this before.
I've not seen it either. And IKRA does the same thing again. They're giving up the high ground, literally. And APA is just, they're surrounding them. They can shoot whatever they want. They have the better positioning because, well, they have the high ground. And IKRA is just, they've made the same mistake twice, and I'm not quite sure what was giving them that idea to push over the riverbed here, but it just didn't work out. And APA, again, with their amazing focus fire, really, now they were warmed up.
Yeah, they were. They really were.
I think in this game, I don't think IKRA expected Kitsune to be where he was, and they were looking to come right down the riverbed, but then they spotted Kitsune, and that stopped them. And the next thing that happened, they lost Psychopath Yevgeny.
Yeah. For me, look, I didn't understand that strat. They run a light, which means they get the cap first, and they're already up on cap points, and then they send 4, 5 tanks down the middle of the map. Like, that's such a ballsy move. And you do that maybe in the early rounds, but against APA, that's just crazy ballsy to do. Like, it's so you're asking for, and Kitson spotted him, but you couldn't back out. And there's no, oh wow, I was really surprised. Like, you're up on cap points, you own the map, and then you are just gonna push. It was wild.
Yeah, I think that one was a strat that backfired on them. So
yeah,
it really did, because we always see it when you decide to push in. You know, you have that initial advantage. Of course, Kitsune saw it, but AP he wasn't in position. They were still sending tanks towards the A cap, trying to decrease that numerical advantage on the cap points. But then they decided to stop where they were, maybe going a little bit further forward, but by not much, or at least not a noticeable amount. And APA has time. They can regroup, they can get into those positions, they can shoot down. They have that crossfire from up top. And the 2 tanks that were still in the desert from IKRA just couldn't make the difference.
No, absolutely.
Yeah. So, guys, I'm sorry, but the captain of APA is waiting for us. So
one thing for you, just one. Can I say one little thing?
$5. Yeah.
I just want to say a big, massive thank you to the unsung hero behind the scenes, Toylian from the streamers. She's done a fantastic job. Oh, I still want to say it though. She's done a fantastic job throughout this whole season, and we would be lost without her. Sorry, I just wanted to say it before we left.
Yeah, thank you so much, Fugit. I think that Tolian appreciates your love very much. And Fugit area, I want to also to say big thanks to you for today's analytics and for yesterday commentating. You did really brilliant job. Fugit praying for YouTube in Emirates now. Yeah, so thank you guys, and we'll see you very, very soon. Next tournaments, next streams. Thank you, and yeah, congratulations one more time to the champion of our Europe Blitz Ultimate Cup, APA.
See you, fellas.
Yeah, so the captain of APA is ready to say a few words about his victory, and Yuri, welcome on board.
G'day.
Hello, guys. Hello.
G'day, mate.
Can you hear me well?
Yeah, we can hear it perfect. You look like not happy enough.
Yeah, I'm out of emotions. We prepared a lot, so just no words, and I don't know.
I think that you can say shout out to your teammates, and as far as I know, a lot of your teammates are from Poland, right?
Yes, sir.
And you are originally from Belarus.
I'm Belarusian, right?
Okay, so hello to Belarus and to Poland, guys, and congratulations, massive congratulations to you and your teammates. Well prepared, and you are the best team. You are the champions of Blitz Ultimate Cup Europe. Uni, Mark, great job.
Thank you a lot,
Okay.
Alexandra.
Will you call your mama now?
Not right now, but yes, I will
Okay.
later.
And how does she feel about your hobby that brings you some money?
She's fine with that. She
bet
knows
she
that
is.
earning money.
Aw, only about money. Okay. So, Mark, one more time.
No, she
Only
also, she also cares that I enjoy this, so it's okay for me and for my
that's-
mom.
Mate, you should
That's good.
enjoy it. You were amazing tonight. Really good job,
Yeah.
boys.
So you're simply the
thank you.
best, and say hi to your family from us. And one more time, congratulations to all team members of the best strong team. Apa, C. Great job. One more
Yeah.
time.
Hello family, hello friends, hello fans. Thanks for support.
Yeah, and hello to haters. Thank you for support as well.
Bye bye
Cheers,
for
Tiger.
haters.
Okay, thank you, Mark. Thank you. Congratulations
See you,
one
mate.
more time.
Thank you. Thank you a lot.
Yeah. So, Bushka, we are done.
We're done. It's been a wonderful journey. Thank you for having me here.
Thank you for coming to Vilnius. It's an honor to share this studio with you.
It's nice of you to try and understand my Australian screaming. And thank you for all the people watching. And
Yeah,
thank you
true.
for the teams. And especially thank you to the guys behind, the guys and girls behind the curtain who drive the tanks and do the sound as I'm screaming and breaking microphones and all that kind of thing. So
Yeah, the whole Vilnius is shaking from you commentating the battles. Yeah. So, Tolan asked me to say big thanks to all the teams who took part in Blitz Ultimate Cup, and we are not talking about grand finals, but also about top 8, top 32 teams. Thank you so much for taking part in our tourneys, and who hasn't tried tourneys yet, please welcome on board, join our Discord, jump into tourney channels, and once you try, you can never stop from playing tourneys. So I hope to see you, exactly you, man, on next big championship. So. And also thanks to our spectators who flew with cameras around the maps. Great job. Tony was one of them today. So yeah. So Bushka,
Shazam. Thanks for having me.
guys, we love you. We thank you. Bye bye. Blitz Cups over.